Welcome to the Nomad Network, your first stop for complete and comprehensive Chicago Bears football coverage. Dive deep into analyses, updates, and all things Bears. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today and never miss a beat. Thank you in advance for your support. We promise to bring you the best because together we're unstoppable. Go Bears!
Yo, No Maniacs. Welcome into another edition of some Nomad at Night. We got a good show for you all. Several players to get to. Some of them you guys know. Some of them were from requests, and I'm just now getting finished with the breakdowns, kind of. But yeah, we got about 7 or 8 guys to talk about. Again, several of them you guys probably know or at least have heard of. Got that going on. We're gonna probably get to a mock draft or two. We'll see how it goes with the fellas tonight, and maybe you all can get involved in that. Man, that intro, man, every time it brings such a good feeling on when I start thinking about these Bears, man, because it's almost like after I made that thing, they just start kicking behind or something. I don't know what it is, but that damn intro music is happy news to my ear. I mean, just music sounds good to me anyway, but because of what it meant this year, I don't know about y'all, but that was some happy ass music to me. So, man, I'm just excited about my own work, but also about these Bears. Man, it's about to be a hell of a show tonight, man. We got a bunch to talk about, man. We got a updated 30 visits list coming up here in a second. It's not very much news, one or two more new players on there, but information is information. But without further ado, man, let me kick it on over to Canada with a alley-oop and see if he can jump today.
Boom. Sunday night, couple of days before the NFL draft, and we're going to go over some players once again, get you guys a little bit acclimated and ready to see what we will be ready to see when the Bears step up to the podium this coming Thursday. So I'm pretty hype about it. Hopefully the rest of y'all are hype about it. I know these two gentlemen are hype about it. And all that being said, welcome in. Thank you for coming through. And big ups to all of you. Shout outs to the Nodge, AC Adam, Lord Crimson, Cornelius Squalls number 2, No Maniac. Who else we got over there? That's about the show for now. Most folks will continue to pile on in as we get it going. But all that being said, my brother Triple R, what it do?
Yeah, what up to everybody? Nodge is in here talking about let's go, motherfuckers, let's go. We get it. Lord Crimson, yeah, and like kids already gave the list. AC Corny, he said he's here so he don't get fined. Yeah, I got no comment. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I feel you right on. But yeah, big up everybody. We made it to the final Sunday before the damn draft, and there are only a few feuds about why this prospect sucks or why this prospect you have to fit your system to accommodate, and why this dude's an idiot for thinking this prospect is good, or this dude's an idiot for thinking this prospect is bad, and people will lose their fandom if their favorite team selects X at this position. So it's going to be interesting. We saw our first trade happen. Trade number 10 is now on the move. So it's like, man, what's going to happen this week, y'all? It's like, shit, let's go. Go ahead, no man. Let's go.
Man, you know what's funny about all that is, it was a lot of talk for like the past 2 weeks about Dexter Lawrence, him being acquired by the Bears. I heard the Bears were in the conversation. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, hell of a player, man. Hell of a player. I mean, you talking about the epitome of a double team provider. He's going to provide you with double team coverage, and guys are going to be one on one. That's just what he brings to the table. It's not going to be no hell of a guy that's going to turn the lights out with sacks or anything like that. He's he's an interior defensive tackle. He's a nose guard, but a hell of a one at that, though. But, I like it for the Bengals. The Bengals really need it. Suck. They defense suck, but the fan base is really tripping about it. I tell you that much. They are upset about the team giving away that kind of draft capital, and they've been giving it away for.
I mean, come on, Nomad. I mean, the 10th draft pick, big whoop. I mean, you had all this beef with Trey Hendrickson, with his money and all that. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay the 28, 29-year-old sexy Dexy for him to do his little dance and shit. And we're going to give up that 10th round pick so we ain't got to worry about getting no early round busts. And ain't got to worry about paying nobody that kind of money because we already going to pay the 30-year-old dude that got the sexy dance. So, it's logical for the Bungles.
It's just known commodity versus projection. That's all it is. We say it all the time on the channel, man. Every draft pick is a projection. I don't care how good you think he is. He is still a projection. They went with known commodity and gave up the draft capital, and the fan base, fans are gonna be fan like a mother effer, and that's just how they go, man. I think it's a good trade for him.
A good trade for who?
The Bengals, because if Joe Burrow and that offense can put up. The Bengals defense really was sucked really bad, in particularly defending the run. And if Joe Burrow is they've got the kind of weaponry on that team, they can put up 50 points with ease, bro. Let me tell you. All you need now is to keep the offense on the other side of the ball from putting up 52.
Well, there's that. But the problem is Big Dexy he's like a two-down guy.
So that saying about cutting off your nose and spiting your face?
Heard it.
Yeah, that's kind of what the Bengals have done, right? So they've let go of their pass rush and now bolstered the run. Which, either is fine. I'm not saying one without the other is good because it ain't.
You need both.
Right? Like, you need both. So I don't know what to tell you. So that they just decided clearly, all I can say is maybe they just went with the younger commodity, which
let me cut to the chase for you. Let me ask you this question: if the Bears would have gave up the 25th pick for him, how would you felt?
Here's how I would answer that question. It's a little bit rich, in my opinion, but a little bit. Just you know what I mean, a little bit rich. I think the 10th pick is super rich.
Man, y'all gonna take this 50th pick and like it and shut the hell up.
You know what I'm saying? I would like 50-ish, 60, whatever. We got a couple in the second. That's cool. I think that would have been totally commensurate for a DT. Super run, not to take anything away from Dexter Lawrence in that respect, but that's just.
So you saying you would not prefer, but you would be happy with Dexter Lawrence over, let's say, a Mesidor?
No. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. I said 57 or 60 in the second round.
I just wanted to put a little more emphasis on that answer to Nomad's question.
I think it's rich to assume Mesidor is going to be there at 25.
It is, and that's the only issue that I like. Look, the two players at 25 that I'm hoping for, and this. If I'm Ryan Poles, and I say this way too often, if I'm Ryan Poles, Akeem Mesidor at 25 if available, Dylan Thieneman at 25 if available, possibly is it Emmanuel Warren?
Warren?
There's another last name in
McNeil Warren.
McNeil Warren.
We're covering him tonight, as a matter of fact.
Those would be my three targets in round number 1. If those guys are somehow all gone, I'm getting the hell out of round 1. I'm looking for a trade partner. I'll probably have a trade partner lined up right effing now.
No,
Arizona.
There's no reason. There's going to be some top-notch talent at 25, even if you can't get Mesidor, you can't get. If it's a few guys.
No, man,
that you would just assume. I'm telling you, some top-notch talent there.
I disagree. I personally, and you want to know why I disagree? I disagree because you have actually shown me a bunch of later round talent that I'm actually interested in.
I know why you feel the way you feel. I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
even the guys I've shown you, that still isn't enough, man. I haven't covered nowhere near enough guys. We just don't have enough time. But there's guys, man. There's guys.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I don't know.
I'm with kids.
I don't know if those guys are all up front, top heavy at 25. The guys that I see at 25, personally, again, are the guys I just named. Hopefully, one of them is available for us to select. If not, then I'm fine with Ryan Poles going, hey man, let me get rid of this thing, grab a couple of selections later in the draft, and go find some of that deep love. You've showed us a lot of, like, normally I kind of clown you because you'll go a little bit too deep, and I'm like, bro, like, who's picking a UDFA and shit? But some of these later round selections that you've shown me over the course of the last few weeks have actually piqued my interest. The Dame Tucker, Landon Robinson. Like, there's been a couple of guys that I'm like, you know what? Okay, if round one isn't the end all be all, let's get the hell out of round one and get some quantity and go find those guys a little bit later on.
So you're openly admitting to previous assholism?
No. Good try though.
You never admit to it.
Good try. No, what I'm admitting to is just that, you know, a lot of the time you pitch us on some like heavy reaches, bro, like that I don't see the team really even being in a position to find or access. And given that situation, I'm looking at this draft a little bit differently. There's a lot of talent in this draft, and I kind of feel that this particular version of the Chicago Bears brass might be able to sniff out some of that talent.
Yeah, I think, like, at some point, man, I feel like I can make a case for a trade back if the trade back makes sense. I mean, I'm not talking about in some mock draft we're doing right here, but I can see a scenario. I can actually see both scenarios, trading up or trading back. Trading up seems rich, but if they do have a guy that they really, really have their mind set on getting, I was just looking at an article. I think the Chiefs GM put this out there, and he's putting it out there on open record saying that he expects a lot of trades in the first round of the draft. That's on ESPN if you want to check that out.
And we also know that Ryan Poles likes to get his trade on.
It's the interesting thing is I do believe, man, there's two guys in particular, maybe three, and more importantly, two. I think they really want Akeem Mesidor. I think they really like Dylan Thieneman. I think they also like the D tackle from Clemson as well. Maybe him a little bit less than those other two.
Who's that, McDonald?
No. The Clemson D tackle.
TJ somebody?
TJ Parker is the edge rusher. We're going to talk about him tonight. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. The chat, y'all help me out. But it's number 11. I guess Peter Woods. So that's one of the guys that's been talked about heavily this offseason. But I can see them, one of those two guys in particular, I'm talking about Akeem Mesidor and Dylan Thieneman. If they start getting calls and feelers out there, feeling like somebody might up and take them, they might make a move to jump ahead of that. I could see them doing that.
So that's interesting. A trade up like that, I'm not completely opposed to, because it'll like, if we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, like a position or two. You know what I mean? Like, if you're at 25 and you're jumping up to 23 or 22, it's not as costly, if you will, right? Like you could probably just flip a second or flip a third and get up two spots. It's not like you got to send next year's one or you know what I mean? Like you might be able to do it on the cheap. So let's, like, you know, we'll see how the chips fall, but I kind of expect them to have their specific best players available in that area, and they're going to aim for them. If those guys are gone, I'm hoping by hook or by crook, Ryan Poles gets the hell out of Dodge.
Well, that's what like Corny's saying in the chat. Hey, what up, Benji? He's saying that is Peter Woods better than Caleb Proctor?
You see,
He
this
does
is
not think so.
See, that's one of the things I'm talking about here. You know what I mean? It's like
that's what I'm saying.
If I'm Dennis Allen, I like Peter Woods. I think he's really, really good. But to go and be ridiculous about trying to get him, that's a whole other thing. And when you're a coach and you know talent, you can see pretty clearly like yeah, you can get that kind of level of production out of Caleb Proctor as well. Just got to work with him a little bit more. He's gonna have to step his game up to a different talent level. And I know from what I've seen on tape, he's capable of doing it. I mean, when you put a whole goddamn defense on your back all the time and you never really take plays off, you never really come out of the game, this guy's got immense talent. I wasn't just landing on thick when I was talking about Caleb Williams over here on the channel. I'm telling you, that's a super, super duper talented dude. And just because he's not the name that everybody's talking about out there, or the 3 or 4 names everybody wants to talk about at D tackle, that don't mean nothing. Coaches are looking at this draft deeply, just like we're trying to do here tonight, man. So I'm glad that we mentioned him over here on the channel and broke him down. I'm glad people got eyes on him. And I can tell by the responses in the chat about him the last few weeks. People feel strongly about what they're seeing on tape.
This is what I'm trying to say. There are some later talent that we don't have to, like you kind of don't have to blow your wad at 25. You just actually don't. There's some later talent that you can find at you can find a little bit further back that will fit the specific requirements of this team. So, best player available at the positions of need. You make your selection, and away you go. That's kind of how I see it. Caleb Proctor is, in my opinion, much better than Peter Woods, or at least he would suit the team a bit better than Peter Woods. Peter Woods is a bit more polished, much like Nomad said. But I think you'll get what you need out of Caleb Proctor just the same. And realistically, you trade back any of the next 4 selections, and you get 2 selections, and you can get a Caleb Proctor and a Landon Robinson.
I mean, there is like every year, I'm always looking for those UDFA. It seems like about 4 or 5 every year that really turn up, turn out. Maybe not on just one particular team, but all over the NFL. Probably more than that. UDFAs, if you got the right coaches, I don't care when they're acquired, where they're acquired, whether they were drafted or not. That's why I don't care where the projections are. I just look at what they can do and what we might need and how that person's talent might line up with what we're trying to do. And I can just imagine that player in the scheme. And so once I can do that, I don't care what the projections say he might go, because that guy can end up being that dude. That's from a UDFA.
Oh, that goes without, it goes without saying. It's really got everything to do with the scouting talent in the Chicago building, man, at Alice Hall, and their ability to identify that. I think that they can. I think that Dennis Allen has an eye for these things as well. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give them that opportunity to sort of take a good look at the available talent from front to back. And if you can find something similar to the guy at 25 later in the draft, do it. Go find him a bit later in the draft, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's no need to.
Well, hold on. That last comment that was just up there. Lord Crimson, UDFAs are fine to patch some holes, but it's not the same talent pool. And while I will agree, while let's say this, yes, that theoretically, the higher you are picked in the draft, the more talent you should have, or you are supposed to have. But to Nomad's point, it doesn't matter where you are picked, because you are there now, so you can make your bones. And now, for those that can't see the screen right now, I'm sharing a look at the current roster as it stands right now. And this 20 up here represents the number of open roster spots. So we have how many picks, kid? 7 picks, 6 picks? How many picks we got?
I think it's closer. I think it's 6 picks. We don't have a 5th rounder.
Hold that thought for a second.
It might be 6 picks. I know we have 2 7s.
Hold that thought for a second, out of respect for somebody that sent
us. BT9. Give him some love.
BT9.
Hold on a second. Ooh. Anybody want to read that? Thank you, Bear Truth. We appreciate it.
It hurt me to read it the first time around. On a scale of 1 to 10, how surprised would you be if the first 2 to 4 picks, sorry, the first 2 of the first 4 picks went on offense?
I'll let you answer that first.
Okay, thank you. I'd be surprised, man. I would be extremely surprised, but let me just baseline this by saying we definitely need a left tackle. If it's a left tackle, I'll be personally hurt. My heart will hurt, but I will understand it. A wide receiver, I could see us if they find a world-beating wide receiver that might help them out. I'll be super surprised, because we've got 2 top-end wide receivers that need to see the rock. But, hey, I can understand it. Or a world-beater running back. I actually expect a world-beater running back, not out of those first 2, but maybe with the 3rd or 4th of those selections. That's my expectation.
How about this? This? I would say, hold on, Trip, for just 1 second. I would say just because you don't know what's going to happen in front of them, and once they get to the pick, their best player available. Ryan Post is on the 1920 reiterated again. We're going to pick the best player available. So because we don't know what their best players available look like on their board, that's why it cannot shock me. It cannot shock me. If the best player available is an offensive player for the next 2 picks, then that's what it is.
Well,
will it surprise me? Nah.
It'll shock me, but the board is dynamic, and depends on what the other teams do. Sorry, Trey.
And then also you got to look at what is Corny saying there. He would love it if Mike Washington or Jadarian Price or Bryce Lance are there. Claiborne for later, but I saw a comparison to that tackle of Max. What's his name? He starts with I. He and Cantor. How you pronounce that?
I like that. That sounds good.
He and Cantor. He had a comparison to Darnell Wright, and it's like if you're Ben Johnson and you can get a Darnell Wright on the left side and have a Darnell Wright on the right side, do you not do that? And defense, we understand, but as we were talking about before, if we can get a Proctor or Landon Robinson or Ndame Tucker or somebody of that ilk later, I wouldn't not be surprised if the offense was like, hey, we're going to need these players right here.
Yeah. I mean, boy, if I could get a sneak peek at how they ranking the talent on their board, again, that's why we do what we do over here on the channel. Try to break them down as best we can, give you the proper evaluation, try to give it to you through the lens of what the coaches might be thinking, and that is the very best we can do. And when you take it from that standpoint, when you take your scouting from that standpoint and you study the players that we talk about, at least you're closer to the genesis of what they're thinking. You're getting close. As close as you can be without seeing the shit they got going on.
Okay, something else that they got going on that Red Baron brought up. He trade Swift on draft night.
That's personal.
That's personal, but not just Swift maybe with him, but anybody who is under the previous regime, Tyreek Stevenson, Javon Dexter, anybody who may not fit what they want going forward or on that age time frame or salary cap time frame, look for any of those like, oh shit, wait, we just traded who for what? That's still a possibility. So keep watch for those.
Yeah, I hope it. Some of the comments do be a little. He said it's all
He
business.
said it's
I
all
love it.
EPMD, baby.
It's
Strictly business.
EPMD, dog. That's it. That's it.
Eric and Parrish
Business
making
as
dollars. Hey, green-eyed bandit.
You know what, man? Like the guys that I can imagine getting the conversations, a phone ringing or a call being made. It might be somebody like Jalen Johnson.
Uh-oh.
But not that I want to see him go, but
And,
I
and,
can.
and
It is
that's
what it is,
personal.
baby.
And that's personal. You see what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
Right,
Wait a
you know
minute.
what I'm saying?
Wait.
That's funny.
Time out.
That's funny now.
How is it personal me
You've
saying
been-
that?
You've been trying to get rid of Jalen Johnson for
How am
the past 5 years.
am I trying to get rid of Jalen Johnson like I can make a fucking call? I
I'm just
love
saying.
Jalen Johnson. I'm just talking about what is logical to
And
me.
the Scrolls loves DeAndre Swift.
Man, how the hell do I not
He
like
said Patrick is saying Swift, JJ, Sweat, Komet, and Teabag. Because we keep hearing either the internet smoke or the smoke of Arizona liking Tyson Bagent.
You got life fucked up. You think I don't like Jalen Johnson?
I didn't say you don't
No,
like him.
actually, truth be told, that was probably me trying to get JJ off my team.
It was you. You know what? I don't know if it was you, but it
might have been me and him, but I know it was me.
Where's Big Sam Mo at? He's culprit too. Both y'all culprit. Y'all trying to get rid of JJ. Anyways, I understand.
I understand. Red Baron. So y'all might disagree on Swift, but y'all agree on JJ.
Girls like get rid of him too. Look, I'm fine with whatever they want to do in that respect. At this point, this team needs a full on the defensive side, needs a complete reshuffling, and whatever DA wants to do is what DA wants to do.
All I'm saying, fellas, is I'm a different nomad than I was the first couple, 2 or 3 times we did these shows. And I fall in love with players just like everybody else. I fall in love with the talent and what they can bring to the table. And it became personal for a couple of years. I'm telling you now that I don't feel that way anymore. I'm down with whatever they want to do. I enjoy the vision they've created for themselves. And if they see fit to trade someone, there's no need for me to get in my feelings about it. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out the options here, that the possibilities. That's all,
brother. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
I know that. I'm just saying.
In any event,
personal, man. It did used to be personal. But
at least you actually admitted it. That's actually good. But Patrick is right, man. Swift, Sweat, Komet, Bagent, all these guys could, and Triple R was saying Tyreek as well. Any of these guys could be up for. I'll throw another name out there nobody wants to put on in that list, and that name is Javon Dexter. There's some maneuverings that could happen. There's some maneuverings.
Hey, I heard the Kitties might need offensive linemen. We could probably offer them a never used, slightly bruised Amagaji.
Oh well, I don't know.
Like a third rounder, and everybody's happy. Who says
if somebody gave you a bruised ass plum, would you eat it?
Well, I eat around the bruise if I was hungry.
There's that, and hey, there's also that Cole Komet conversation that's being had out there.
That's the best answer you can possibly give to that question. I love that answer. All right.
There's also that Cole Komet conversation being had out there. For why, I don't know, but that's conversation being had out there.
Unfortunately, that's out of them all. That's one I don't really see happening. They got really good value on Cole Komet for this season, being that last, towards the end of his contract, and how often Ben uses 12. They're down a tight end. They need to actually pick up a tight end. So I just don't see them crippling that particular position with Cole Komet. We'll see.
Yeah,
Tell him
not getting a third round for
ski mask way. The ski mask.
You can't need a bruise on a peach. It's a ditty ass.
Man, dude, it's like, hey, you know what? We used to get a lot of fruit as kids, man, because my uncle's grandfather used to be close to a guy that ran a fruit market, man. And this guy used to, all the fruit that don't look very good would go in a little thing, and that shit would end up
irregulars.
And then we had a guy that used to come over to the house and play cards and all this kind of shit with my grandparents. And he used to always go for the fruit that had all them bruises and stuff. I'm like, man, why you always eating the rotten fruit? Your mama gonna tell me it tastes like wine. It tastes like wine. What? As a little kid, I'm like, what the hell? That didn't make no sense to me whatsoever.
And that's because you ain't trying to get drunk at 6.
Right.
I'm like,
what I want with wine?
I just walked away from him scratching my head. Like, what the fuck is that all?
You know, now he'll walk past that fruit and be like, see if it tastes like wine.
He would literally come over to our house, be a big old thing of fruit that he sort through them looking for the most bruised up, rotten looking fruit, and he'd eat them.
Makes it the sweetest.
Well, be that as it may, I don't see, like, I'm with Scrolls though. I don't see anybody giving us a third or anything like that for Quran. Good Lord. We might not be able to give him away.
Let's go and kick this bad boy into full swing. But first, let's see how life has been in this week with everybody. Kids, how's your life been? What's been going on with you?
Regular stuff, man. Regular stuff. Nothing special. Update from Extra Sauce. Jose is no longer with the company.
Oh damn, Jose!
You were dry snitching on that man.
I was rooting for Jose too.
Me too, man. I'm telling you, man.
Jose, man, I feel bad for Jose because
Jose is no longer with the organization.
Jose got some shit he needs to work out, though. He needs to work on himself.
Why you drag Jose shit into the show, man? You did him in, man.
Hey, man, I was just trying to share real life things with real life people, have a conversation.
No, he's not dead, Crimson. He just don't work there no more.
Yeah, no, he's alive.
Actually, he's dead. Now
he might. Well, let's take a time out and not wish death on Jose. Like, please,
he ain't got no money.
Jose, live long, man. Live long and prosper, Jose. Figure your shit out.
Right.
But that's yeah. So that's the only little real life update I can give you. Outside of that, things I did. It wasn't me. You know who it was though? It was my
kids dropped down.
It was my counterpart, man. It was my the other homie from the West Coast wasn't having it because, like, between the three of us and the World Wide Web, the other guy he likes to sauce it up. He sauces it up all the time, and the difference between him and Jose is he's straight between the hours of 9 to 5. You know what I mean? He's functional as all. I've seen this homie fall out of taxi. You know what I mean? Just face first on the ground, and I had to pick homie. You all right? He's a little guy. I had to pick him up, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." But you know, we went straight back to the bar like immediately. This homie likes to. He goes hard, so he can't even fathom what's up with Jose. So unfortunately, the other guy, who was very close to my boss, did the real, he kind of turned that knife, and the boss came to a heavy decision. But
wait, define very close to your boss.
They've been working together for 10 years. That's how it is.
Working together. Okay.
Something I want to throw at you, man. When this part of the season the off season is over, once we draft and we finish that process, they do the UDFAs, and I'm going to turn my attention to kind of doing some telehealth and doing my mental health work and, helping people out, go back to doing some of that and kind of get on the clock doing it. It's a lot of people like Jose out there who is, this is what they do to get through, you know what I mean? And trying to work people through that and help them. Like, man, there's nothing in the world worse than somebody at 10:30 in the morning sauced up to the maximum already. He's just telling you without telling you, hey dog, I got too much going on and I can't deal with it. And this is how I'm dealing with it. I'm going to do escapism. I'm just going to act like it don't exist. This helps me do that. And in a better way of saying it, you just running from your problems.
No, and we all do that. And that's actually why I brought it up, right? We all do it. And in the end, it's just a question of, can you be functional during the hours of 9 to 5? That's all. That's all that the business is asking you to do. Be show face for X amount of hours during the day, for that 8-hour period during the day. And after that, feel free to put you to be face down in a bucket of booze. You know what I mean? Like feel absolutely free. But before that, for that 8-hour period.
He said, Crimson said, he knows you well, kids. He said, nobody tosses a dwarf like kids, male and dwarf female.
Wow. Let's not go down the little people route, man. This show is completely left.
You almost got in trouble doing that before. Don't do that.
Yeah, let's
no Tiny Town references. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. How's your week anyway? Outside of that,
like I said, I'm good, man. Trip, what about you, man? How
yeah, just been I got my spectacles around my neck, like grandma used to wear.
Oh, those are fresh and new?
Well, no, these are the same ones. I just happen to clean them. Because being a spectacle wearer like yourself, sometimes you look through you through there and it's like, the hell am I looking at? And why can't I see nothing? And it's like, oh, because my glasses are dirty. But I cleaned them up. They're looking all nice, and it's not a shameless plug, but actually I need beta testers. Brandbuilderspro.com. See if everything works. Because I've been coding and I've been seeing it in my own eyes. But you know how it is, like when you taste your own food, you don't really know how it tastes. You need some other opinions on it. And it's like, I need y'all to taste some of my food theoretically. So check that out. And if it looks good, if you see something that's not working, either send me a message if that's working, or put it in the chat. Appreciate it. Because many hours or you spend alone and just looking, and it's like, And
say this one more time, Trip.
Brand, BRAND, Builders, BUILDERS, Pro, PRO.com. Brandbuilderspro.com.
There you go. So y'all check him out. Help the Trips out. Make sure he's seeing what he's seeing what he's saying.
Right.
Can I see what I'm saying?
Because those 12, 18 hours of just coding, it gets to be a lot. But other than that, I'm good. So I ain't complaining about not a damn thing.
All right, I'll tell you guys something real quick. Me and my girlfriend got sauce last night. Last night started her week. I mean, I take that back. Friday night, we got a little sauced up. And I'll tell you one thing, man. If you guys like action and you like a little bit of drama in a TV show, if you haven't seen The Pit on HBO Max, dog, you are missing it. Just imagine, like I'm a person that really, really liked what's that show, that Chicago show Trips with Frank Drunk Ass and
Shameless.
Shameless. I love Shameless, man. As much as I can watch without having to turn my goddamn head. But I love how that show is set up and how they go from incident to incident to incident, and it's never really a trained camera on one thing. It's like 15 or 20 damn different things, and the action is just continuous through the show. So they took that concept, that camera concept, and put it to a hospital shift. And the whole show, the entire season, is about one damn evening in an emergency room. And so just imagine all the people, all the mishaps, all the crazy that can come rolling into an emergency room, and you get to see all that. And it's really graphic now. It's graphic as hell, but really, really good show, man. I love that show. And, me and my girlfriend recently, she's been bringing, work home sometimes, and I'm talking her through stuff. And you can watch a show like that because she works in a hospital setting, and just take some of the stuff that goes on there. I can tell that she's growing from it. And so she's in love with the show. And it's just a nice little something that, you can have going on with you and your mate, man. So I encourage you guys to check that out. If it's something you and your girl or whoever can get into, man, it's a really, really good show. Got that going on. Plus, some other little personal stuff going on around the house, man. Just like the storm tore up. And we had a really close call here. What was it, day before yesterday? Storms riled up around here pretty good again, man. And I had to do some cleaning up just today, man. It's a lot been going on around here, man. So, Lord, I hope everybody's property is good and everybody's getting what they need to as far as insurance coverage and all that kind of stuff, because the storm's been different this year.
Man, I tell you this. I think it was Monday night too. It was appreciate it, Red Baron. Website looking good. Appreciate it. Whatever night the storms was, heard sirens going off, and it's like, oh shit, that's not right. And the power flashed, and I was like, damn, ain't no work going on tonight on computer wise. And so I actually went outside and looked, and lightning bolts was coming from the sky to the ground. And I was like, oh shit, and then the wind was 30 miles an hour. It's like, oh, this doesn't look good. But it blew over pretty quickly. And so people, were checking on me because, on the news, it was like in the area, they knew there were storms. And so somebody sent me a link to like one of the weather guys on YouTube, Ryan Nall or the other guy, but they were not storm chasers, people that go and get the scientific data from storms. These were tornado interceptors. And what that means is they drive their vehicles and they intercept tornadoes by getting in their path as they cross a road, and they get inside the tornado and as it passes by. And that's some straight up those people shit. But they was doing that in this area, and then there was trucks blowing over on the interstate. It was not a beautiful thing, but Mother Nature does what she gonna do. And Wisconsin had half of those towns up there flooded out.
Ryan Hall, y'all. That's you.
Ryan Hall, y'all. There you go.
Yeah, there's a guy that used to be with Ryan Hall, but now he's doing his own thing. I can't think of his name right now, but he's got this custom made vehicle that supposedly, you can drive into, and it's heavy enough where you can drive into a storm. And
you're talking to running back?
Yeah, the Dominator. I think
they named it. That's the name of it. That's what he named it.
Yeah, Ryan Hall, the former running back.
Okay.
But I think the YouTube guy is Ryan Hall. And then there's another one, Max Velocity.
That's another one. But this guy is Reed something. His name is Reed something. No, his name is Reed something. I can't think of his name. Y'all that watch weather, y'all, somebody in here know. I know they know it. His name is Reed something. But he's got Hey Trip, would you, if I put some money together and got us some storm chasing equipment, would you roll with me? Big money in it. It's big money in it, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll do your tech support from a distance. I ain't taking my black ass out there. Shit, I'm too old for that. Well, maybe a few decades ago, I'm down. Let's do it. But now it's like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because if I get my 10,000 steps in, the next morning when I got to go take a piss 10 feet away, it's like, ow, ow, ow. I ain't getting in no truck and being like, oh, we got to run for cover. It's like,
His name's Reed Timmer, Trip.
Reed who?
Reed Timmer.
Reed Timmer. Okay, not familiar.
Yeah, that's the one with the Dominator.
Okay, that's his name. Yeah, I know the Dominator. I just don't know his name. Okay.
Yeah, he's out there.
What? It's not scientific. That's just some more of that thrill seeker shit.
He's slightly crazy.
Well, but to hear him live real time, because it was real time that I was able to actually tune in and watch it on my phone. But they're like, watch out for the sheet metal, because if there's any debris flying around in that funnel, that could dominate the Dominator or any kind of vehicle they may be in. And so they never know. And it's just like, what's gonna happen? Ooh, are we gonna die?
Dog, it is bad, and people are already still recovering around here from the last storm, and we just had a pretty close brush with another disaster, and it was pretty rough, man, for about a good 30 minutes. And it was it's a lot of debris around. And so today, I had to go out there. It's freaking holes. I had to get up there with the Flex Seal. I got to get on the roof, and I'm already nervous to be on ladders. I'm climbing up and down that ladder, and that ladder is shaking like a bee because I hate heights, man. And I'm nervous when I got to climb something, man. Probably seen too much shit on TV, but man, I got to get on my roof and patch up shit. Man, it's bad, bro. It's bad, man. So storms are getting worse. I'm just telling you, we're not used to this in this part of the country, kids. I don't know what it is in Canada, but tornadoes and shit like that. I don't know if I can remember this many brushes with tornadoes my whole life. I don't know about you, Chris, but I don't remember none of this kind of stuff growing up.
All I can tell you, like, where I'm at is in a valley. All right. It's part of the reason why it's as cold as it is, and part of the reason why we get the level of precipitation and snow that we get. Right. You got to think about a valley. Heat rises. Shit cold down here, man. You know what I mean? It's cold down here. By the same general, geographical case scenario, we're not supposed to be getting no tornadoes.
Same thing here, kids. We live in a valley as well. Where I live.
All right. So
it's a valley.
There ain't supposed to be tornadoes. Again, tornadoes are supposed to sort of accumulate higher than the ground where we're at in this area, in this valley. What I can tell you is over the course of the last 15 years, more like 7 years though, there have been a bunch of tornadoes out here, which is wild and crazy, and we are not prepared for this shit. Not in the least. Tornadoes rip through and just wreak havoc. And like the first one that came by, it came through this stretch area, and it tore down a whole bunch of electricity poles, which knocked out electricity for hundreds of thousands of people. Like we were cooked. Somehow, out of all of these people that were knocked out, my little block was lit up, bro. We were good to go. So everybody, like, my block was out for, I'm gonna say, somewhere around 5 hours. By the time I went to bed, woke up in the morning, we were lit up, we were good to go. The rest of the surrounding area was cooked. Anyways, man, just a crazy little situation with the tornadoes down here. I don't know where they came from or why they started, but apparently the government controls your weather. So just take that for what it's worth.
All right. One last thing before we get into this Bears conversation. I made my famous ribeyes yesterday.
Oh man, now you're gonna make me hungry now, man. What the hell, man?
Bro, let me tell you, man. I'm sorry about that, but my girlfriend is she's a fiend for those ribeyes that I make with the marinade that I do on them. Those bad boys had a 5-day soak on, and I did not. Just to see, and she didn't say nothing right off the top because she was tearing that shit up. And all of a sudden, earlier today, she was just like, "What did you do different?" And I was just like, "Oh, you noticed, huh?" And so there's a couple of ingredients.
What's up, man? Like that's what I'm talking about. C-Spags, you out here? Where you at?
He's what?
C-Spags is in Southern Ontario, man. He's saying the tornado's been growing, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's where I'm at.
And it's in this hemisphere. It's where we are, kids. Where me, you, Trips, we're geographically in the same place.
Actually, I'm in Southern. So you're in SWO. You're in SWO. I'm in what? I'm not in SWO. Like it's getting bad in SWO too. Okay, he's in Niagara. Okay, I'm northwest. I'm northwest.
So the same fronts that
you're the capital.
The same kind of fronts that we see, you're going to see.
It's crazy. Like we get very similar, and it explains a lot. We get very similar weather, especially again if you guys are in a valley. That explains a lot, bro.
Well, I'm talking about where I live at. I don't live directly in Chicago. Chicago is not particularly in a valley itself, like downtown Chicago and I live in a surrounding area. And so that place is a valley. This place is a valley. But yeah, tornadoes unheard of around here. But yeah, different dealing with the damage, man. Had to get on the roof and do a patch job because it was pretty rough up there when I got it. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, C-Specs. I'm in the capital, man. Then that we never had it before, which is crazy. That's where that Valley comment comes from. But he's in a completely different spot, and I would be just as surprised for tornadoes out there.
All right, y'all, let's get this Bears conversation rolling. I'm gonna put up the ticker.
Yeah.
I want to read it. Go ahead.
All right. Bears news: top 30 visits confirmed. Our wide receiver Dejon Stribling, Ole Miss. Defensive tackle Grayson Halton, I like him, Oklahoma. Defensive tackle Caden McDonald, Ohio State. Center Yager Burton, Kentucky. Quarterback Ethan Kalamanis, Rutgers, local visit. Interior offensive lineman Brian Parker, Duke. Tight end Dan Villari, Syracuse. Running back Seth McGowan, Kentucky. Linebacker Jimmy Rolder, Michigan. Defensive tackle Ontario Thompson, Washington. Defensive back Keontae Scott, Miami.
Yeah.
Tight end Max Elon Cantor, Arizona. Center James Brockermeyer, Miami. Defensive end Zion Young, Missouri. Tackle Caleb Lomu, Utah. Defensive tackle Dominique Orange, Iowa State. Cornerback Malcolm DeWalt, Akron.
Nice. So that's the top 30.
That's top 30 visits confirmed so far. Just had a good look at Malcolm DeWalt. He's a solid corner, but probably gonna have to fight to get on somebody's special teams. It's a good visit, even if that visit could totally be an information gathering process about Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Who was one of the. No, I take that back. McNeil Warren is at Toledo.
True Pilgrim.
He's not at Akron. But yeah, that's the list, man. And I like the names on here. History would prove, and for a lot of people, that we don't necessarily draft guys that come on top 30 visits, but I'm not sure about that. I'm just gonna keep myself neutral and just tell you about what I know about the players. And it's a couple of them I still haven't broken down, like Brockermeyer at Miami and Brian Parker. I haven't broken them down, but everybody else, I've covered them on this list, whether you've seen them or not.
You didn't do Malcolm DeWalt, right?
Yeah, I did it.
You did? I didn't. I don't remember Malcolm DeWalt.
I didn't do it on the channel.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, okay. But that's the list so far, man. Any particular thoughts about the list so far? What you like about any of these guys?
Yeah, there's a couple I like. I like Stribling. I like Halton. I don't like McDonald. Jaeger Burton I like.
Wait a minute. You don't like Caden McDonald?
No, I don't.
Why is that?
Because I did not like his. I don't like him. Didn't like the tape. Don't like the athletic profile. He is basically a big bill. We need one, but I wouldn't be getting him at 25. Like, just not. I didn't like him.
That guy's like a unicorn, right?
Sure.
I mean, there's like the kind of numbers that he puts up at nose tackle. At nose tackle, where he's getting most of the double teams, is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. He's like an albatross, man, for real.
Fair enough. I didn't like the tape, man. Tape didn't. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's. I'm just telling you how I saw it. I actually looked at his tape early because he's right there for us, right? Like, he's one of those guys that could potentially fall to the Bears at 25.
Very well.
Right. So one of those guys that I definitely looked at early, and I was like, he's good. He does. He like, if we need a nose tackle, and we do, he fits the bill. But I don't know if you need, the best nose tackle in the world when there's a bunch of noses you can get a little bit later on. That was really the way that I look at it. So his tape didn't really.
So if they scooped him at 25, you're gonna be a little tight.
No, not really. Like, I didn't like the tape. I don't work for the Bears. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
If they make a decision that that's the route of passage they want to go to, by all means, do what you got to do. But I didn't like the tape.
well, put it like this. I'll say,
I also didn't like the Zion Young tape.
all right.
I
Let's not get too
definitely,
deep into it, kids. Hold
I
on.
didn't.
All right.
I might have to agree with that one.
All
Okay.
right. So we got some non-tape likers, certain prospects, which is fine. But I'll put it like this: I don't give a shit. As if Ryan
Cornelius, look at
Poles,
this though, Trip. Like Cornelius Squall just is right there with me though.
what do you
He's
say?
saying the exact same thing. Like I like Stribling. Stribling's nice. Caden McDonald, no, and Zion Young, no. I'm saying the exact same
I
thing.
guarantee you, kids, if you watch that tape with me, if me and you got into the studio and we scoured that tape over again, if I said some things to you throughout play in and play out, I guarantee you look at his tape different.
Maybe.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they say at pick whatever, the Chicago Bears select Zion Young, now y'all gonna be mad and all disappointed and shit. Or if they select any prospect that anybody of us fans don't like, it's like, what are we doing? We had that guy right there on the board. Yeah, blah blah blah, and then they'll play and they'll kick ass and be like, oh, that was a steal right there. So I will put it like this: I have no. I mean, there are guys on here that say, "Oh yeah, Grayson Halton, he stood out to me." Stribling, he's fast. McDonald, he's the big guy that Nomad is talking about. All of them have their attributes, and all of them have their flaws, if you will. I don't give a shit as long as they can produce. Whoever we pick, welcome aboard.
Look, the only reason that I'm saying who I like and who I don't like is just so y'all know. And end of the day, I'm not gonna be mad if the Bears draft Zion Young. I'm not gonna be mad if they draft Caden McDonald. Like it doesn't make any difference to me. And why I say it doesn't make any difference to me is because I do have a little bit of faith in what they're trying to do. And what they're trying to do is retrofit a defense. Right? They had a defense. It was underneath somebody else. He made his selections. The new guy's in town. He's got to flip it into looking the way he wants it to look. How he goes about doing that is on him. I'm just saying what I'm looking at from a tape perspective, there's some of these guys who jump out to me, and there's some of these guys who I don't think personally jump out. And, like, I liked Grayson Halton, liked Stribling, didn't like Caden, liked Yeager, didn't like Zion. Zion didn't do it for me, man. To be frank with you, a lot of the edge rushers after Mesidor were a little bit lackluster, in my opinion, right down to Ndame Tucker. Ndame Tucker's way further back, but he looked polished. He has stuff.
You like Tucker better than Akis?
Yeah, I did. A lot of people like Akis, though. A lot of people like him. But personally, I like Tucker much better.
Well, but you don't dislike Akis. You just like Tucker better.
I do. That's a great way of positioning it, especially given the tape. I did not dislike his tape either. His tape was good. The Zion tape, I disliked. He doesn't have tools.
It's fun listening to you guys getting into more depth about, instead of me doing all the talking about these players. It's fun to hear you guys give your take on what you like and what you don't like, what you see and what you don't see, and give qualified evaluations to what you're looking at. That's
warms your heart, doesn't it?
I love it, man, because y'all are not the same two guys philosophically that I met when we first met. You guys have grown big time.
So speaking to that, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much for that. Speaking to that, I've taken a lot of our conversations that we've had over the years and been able to apply it to what I've seen my son do on the field, right? And the players that he's played with and against on the field. So I've been evaluating this stuff for decades without certain frame of mind and certain understandings. And you've helped me sort of get that frame of mind and gain those understandings. And now I can sort of apply them to the draft picks that we look at year on year. So it's, definitely come a long way. End of the day, especially at the edge position, because it's what my son plays. I've got a pretty good understanding of what's what's happening, man, and what I'm looking at. And like I say, with Zion, I think Zion's going to be a prospect, right? They're going to have to develop him, and I think it's going to take a while. That's just me.
He's big, but
He's got the measurables.
Oh yeah. It's the thing about Zion. It's not that he can't be an elite edge rusher. He just doesn't have the skill set as of yet.
Right now, today, if you want to line a guy up today who's going to be semi-destructive, you want Hakeem Mesidor. You want an Adame Tucker. I think those. I'll also throw Gabe Akis in there too. Like those would be the three guys that I would be leaning towards. There's two other guys sort of further back that we could talk about as well. But anyways, those are the three that I kind of have zero. Malachi, there's one of them. Malachi Lawrence is one of them. There's a few guys, but I did not like the McDonald tape. I did not like I didn't like the Zion tape. Those two specifically, and I've drafted Zion a few times in some of my mocks over the season, and had to go back and take a look at this film and be like, hey man, you know what? Yeah, I am not mocking him to the Bears. I don't see it.
And you know what? It's good that you point these things out, man, because as you're going through the tape, what becomes a little bit more different is starting to project where you think a guy can get to. You're looking at a raw college athlete. Some of them aren't so raw, like say your Ndame Tuckers and Akeem Mesidor and Bain. These guys have a really strong skill set and almost come to the NFL when they get drafted, pretty much a done deal, almost. And compare them to those three guys in particular. Compare them to any other edge rusher in this draft class, and they pale in comparison because the skill set for the most part ain't there. And that's where the NFL, the next level of coaching, comes in. When you don't have to worry about school, you don't have to worry about all the stuff you normally worry about and you're used to worrying about, and actually football is your job. It's up to you to get better now, because there's going to be people there all the time trying to help you with your skill set and up your game. Now you have to really focus on it. This is your 9 to 5 now. So
you see, brother, like that's you being ever the optimist again. And that's right now. I think they need to rush past it right now. They need to figure that out. And that's why I lean towards the guys that I lean towards. What I look at is I look at some of the developmental talent that we brought onto this team over the last few years, and whether it's, whether they've actually developed. I'm going to say that Austin Booker has certainly developed and will continue to do so. I'm excited about that player. Dominic Robinson is no longer on the team. There's two different views of that development case scenario, so you never know. But all I can say is they need to rush pass around. They need to get to a quarterback now. So,
all right, y'all ready to break some cats down?
Let's look.
Let's talk about a very popular one right off the top. Let's talk about a very, very popular one. And let me just see before I get to talking what you guys think about him. I know you guys have at least seen who TJ Parker is. This is defensive end TJ Parker out of Clemson, 6'3", 265 pounds. Anybody seen him yet?
I've taken a look. He did not jump off the tape to me. I'm going to take another look right now as we're going, but I'll let you talk about him unless you got another view, Trip.
No.
All right. Let me break it down. Extremely athletic. And I'm talking about 265 pounds. You just really can't tell by watching him play. You really can't tell that guy is 265 pounds. It's hard to imagine this guy weighs in at 265 pounds as often as they drop that guy that big in the coverage. Does that mean he can, he's a 3-4 edge rusher in college. Can he put his fingers in the dirt and get upfield? Yes. Does he fit? Yes. Will the Bears get a chance to draft him? I don't know. I think he's coveted. This guy's going to be a player for a long time. And his body of work says that this guy, one thing I'll tell you that a strong suit of his that really stuck out as I was watching the tape. I brushed up on him again this morning. I watched TJ Parker real early in the off season. And his, on the Karate Kid movie, Daniel's son is, the Asian guys teaching Daniel's son wax on, wax off, all that.
Miyagi.
So imagine a wax off move with two hands. Something that TJ
a what now?
A wax off move with two hands.
Just
wax off fight. He's
double
learning,
outside blocks.
When he's leaning into the tackle, mostly on an outside rush. So when he's coming around the edge, he's been in that corner, and that tackle is trying to stop him. He's got a two-hand wax off swipe that is starting to really get better and better, almost to the point where he's almost mastered that thing. And when I know he's going to use it 9 times out of 10, if they need to get off the field down, and I believe all the tackles kind of know it, and they can't do nothing about it. And so what they're trying to do is kind of hop set them and kind of go, jump ahead of them and try to force them inside. Maybe they can handle him a little bit better, because if he gets on the outside of you with that bend and that lean and that power that he plays with, and he uses that wax off technique on you, he's gone. He's off to the races, and the quarterback be damned. He's got a skill set. He's got a nice counter move, little spin inside. It's not clean, but I've seen him use it, and I've seen it be effective. He's got, let's just say, from the pass rushing skill set, probably a couple notches above average at this point. Not Akeem Mesidor level yet, but with some coaching, the guy can get really clean and can be really good on the next level. Edge setting, he's powerful. He's going to do his job. He's very agile. He's gonna take care of the run, and the more you ask him to do it in a 4-3 set that we run, the more and more he's going to get used to doing it. And so the options that he has at Clemson to play part-time, fingers in the dirt edge rusher, to part-time a 2-down stance where he has to float off into a flat and cover down the field, he won't see as much of that in this defense. He's just got to put his fingers in the dirt and get down and dirty. Every now and again, with that athleticism, Dennis Allen's not a fool. He can see it's a strong suit of his. He'll drop him back there in coverage to fool the defense a little bit. But the man's talented, man. Young and talented. And it's going to get drafted early. Kez, what you looking at? What you thinking?
All right. He's got some sneaky bend. That's what I'll call it. It's not like that Robert Quinn 45-degree stuff. He kind of I don't even know how to explain it, but he kind of dips his shoulder on you.
Nice little lean.
You know what I mean? It's not 45 degrees, but he, when you're trying to get him, he'll dip the shoulder and make that shoulder kind of disappear, and he comes around. I like this player. He's all right. I'm not going to say he's got all the tricks in the bag you could have, but he's got a solid 4. He'll bull rush you. He's got decent speed. Just like you said, he'll set the edge. You can drop him into coverage. That is, in my opinion, a bit of an upside. You can kind of trust him in all 3 main areas of responsibility in that case. And again, he does have some pass rush prowess. So yeah, I think who's in the chat? Who said it here? Corny, man. Corny, me and you are line of sight today, though, bro. So he says TJ is greater than Zion. Here, I'll throw that on a.
Oh, he's better. He's a better pass rusher.
He says TJ is greater than Zion Young, but not Mesidor, Lawrence, or Yakis. And I would throw Ndame Tucker in that mix too. That's kind of exactly how I see it. But I'm not. I'm not mad at this tape. I'm not mad at this tape at all. He's decent enough. I will also throw Cassius Howell into this general mix as well. He's an interesting player too. But again, I don't mind this. I'm not sure if I would, not sure if I would do this at 25, but sometimes you got to do what a man's got to do.
The thing about, again, I keep saying this week in and week out, a lot of these teams play, different kinds of defenses, man, and it's a hybrid defense that a lot of these college coordinators like to run. And so what we do, breaking down some of these players and how they might fit into what we do, comes off a little bit different when you're looking at a tape for the first time. You look at TJ Parker on tape and you just like, how's that going to fit into what we do? Just got to look a little outside the box a little bit. And when he has to put his fingers in the dirt and get upfield and get after the quarterback, he can at a high level. I'm just being honest with you.
This little dip move he's got, I'm starting to like it. The more I watch it,
when he wants to get home, he can get home.
Well,
he's quick, strong, fast, and powerful at the same time.
Yeah,
rare combination.
He has all of those physical attributes that you're lining up. But this little move, it's an interesting move. And why I say that is it's sort of like the opposite of the long arm stab. Instead of long arm, I'm not sure what his arm length is. I'd have to take a look, see if I can pull that up. But he's not long arm stabbing. He's allowing the tackle to get in close, and then he dips. And it's like I say, it's not like a 45-degree dip. He's just dipping his shoulder underneath the arm of the tackle and getting underneath it. And now there's a quarterback right here. And he does it all the time. I like this move.
I'll tell you something, kids. It really came across. I believe one game, I think he was playing against either South Carolina or North Carolina State. I just can't remember. It was a team with some red. And you can see the fear in the tackle. And so they were just so worried about his speed and this power. So it looks like he can beat you with speed and beat you with power. Sometimes it's like it looks like the tackle was just lucky that they was able to get hands on him. And then once they get hands on him, they kind of lean. And you can feel the lean. And once he feels the lean, he just boom.
He does this dip. And that's what he wants. He wants to engage. Right,
Mm-hmm.
He wants to engage with the tackle. Once he's engaged with the tackle, he'll get them forcing their weight forward. Right, put them on their back foot, get them coming forward, and whoop, and he's behind them.
Well, that's part of the Mr. Miyagi training, if you will.
Okay, thanks, James.
Is when you do the wax off, that motion. If you do the orbits to the same side, and you feel the weight of somebody, their leverage. You know where to lean, how to their balance, how to get around it, how to feel someone. Pause. No Diddy there, Red Baron, settle down. Yep. But when that tackle is on him, it's like I feel his momentum going this way, so I'm gonna go this way. I feel his momentum going that way, so I'm gonna help him go that way, and then I'm gonna go this way. So I mean, that's all part of that hand training and that inline fighting training.
Using your leverage against you is what he's doing. He's using your weight, inertia.
That's
using your weight, inertia, your leverage against you, and waxing that shit off of him and making you look stupid a lot.
I wonder if he has a wrestling background, because that's exactly what that would, wrestling or judo, you would pull that in from those two particular sports. But yeah, that's what he's doing. He's truly using that tackle's leverage, getting him on his back foot with power, having that tackle like push forward. And once he feels that weight coming forward, it's just whoop, I'm coming underneath you, and there's nothing you can do, bro.
And there's a lot of
as they say in is it Hapkido or the Wing Chun, the push hands. You know, it's like you feeling that push and that pull, that push and that pull. Knowing when you feel that push, knowing when to pull and yank and pull and go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, Trip, because that's exactly the way to describe it. Because when you feel the weight of somebody on you and it's pressing and leaning one way or the other, you just make them pay for it.
That's it.
And there's a certain amount of instincts that come with that too.
But that, like, it is a very interesting sequence, like it's a sequence of moves because he's coming in with speed and power. The power sets that tackle again on the back foot, which causes the tackle to go whoa and come forward. And as he comes forward to set his anchor, you're going underneath. And it would, you know what I mean? It would work better for a guy with shorter arms because now you're in close quarters with that tackle. I like that little sequence. I like TJ Parker now a bit more now that I've kind of zeroed in on how he's getting to the tackle, or sorry, how he's getting into the backfield.
He lets him touch him and he ghosts him.
Yeah. That's what he's doing, and it's very interesting. He has the other three, the other two, he can set the edge, he can handle the coverage case scenario too. I wouldn't be mad at a TJ Parker selection, but here, let me say it the way that I would say it. If it was me again, I'm trading back. I would trade back, get a little bit of capital, and grab me a TJ Parker just a little ways, be closer to the end of the first round.
Where's he projected there, kids?
I believe 43 is where, around 43. So early second round, late first. So that's where I would be looking at a TJ Parker.
All right, we're just talking about attributes here. All right, so this is TJ Parker, about 6'3", 265 pounds. Hell of I start thinking about what he brought on tape in a 3-4 setting. He's definitely a player in the conversation for the Chicago Bears at some point. He's definitely a guy. I'm just going to say he's got everything he needs to play in this defense and some. So, and the next guy, man, this is a guy I did. This is Jonah Coleman, running back out of Washington, that I did a year ago. And most of the tape that I studied was him at Arizona. But, man, I almost forgot. Jonah Coleman is 5'9", 230. And boy,
short and thick.
You talking about, let me tell you something. You talking about a guy, I'm going to just talk about his attributes. His strongest attributes are really special. Elite and special vision. Number one, his vision is special. Instincts, special. Stiff arm, next level. What it looks like watching him is, it's almost looking like, it looks like watching David Montgomery, but with a little bit more speed. He's in a hole and he's out of a hole so fast. His lateral agility to bounce and go from point A to point B or C so instantly just throws the defense all off. And you add all of that, his visual instincts. I mean, his vision is just next level special, number one. But his instincts to know when to do the things that he does, stiff arm, and he can run with power. His contact balance is also special. Like, I heard somebody say somewhere, like 80% of this guy's yards happen after contact.
After contact.
That's crazy. You just think about what I just told you in a cocktail. Special vision, special instincts, great stiff arm, and to have a contact balance that is next level.
Who did you just describe?
David Montgomery.
Or
there's other ones. Every time I reach high, man, I give you a good comparison. You want to shoot it down, so I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm not shooting it down. I'm saying Kamanungai.
No, Kamanungai, I wish he had this kind of agility.
I'm gonna agree with that statement, and I'm also gonna agree with he might be faster than Manungai as well.
This guy right here he's got like a cocktail of 3-4 special things that is hard to find in one running back. Hard to find. Elite contact balance, elite vision, elite instincts, great stiff arm. Man, that's hard to find. He's got some shit about him, man. And you over there looking at that tape, and I'm telling you.
You know I am. The vision's nice too, man. He's got good vision. And when I say that,
if you want to look at the first breakdown, all you gotta do is go to the Nomad Network's homepage, YouTube channel, and you'll see the one I did for him last year because I thought he was coming out. Excuse me, but yeah, this is the second breakdown of him. But I forgot how much some of that stuff that I noticed about him the first time through. Man, it's gotten even better.
Yeah, he's very agile. You're right. The vision is great. And when I say vision, he'll go north, south, east, west on your ass. You know what I mean? He'll go in any direction. The north-south running is special. And now I'm seeing the stiff arms now. Okay.
He's little short arms. He's little short arms. He'll keep you off of him. You got little penguin arms, but he'll keep you off.
Boy, you just put a homie's head in the dirt, man, with that stiff arm. Okay.
Can he make house calls or does he get walked from behind?
I haven't seen that.
He can. He's not. He doesn't have elite speed, but once he gets going, it better be somebody fast on the back end of the defense, or he's gone.
I haven't seen
that. He's faster than David Montgomery.
Yeah, I'll give him that. I'll give him that too.
But this dude's got some special traits to him, man. It's hard to find all that in one running back that's 230 pounds.
He's 230 at 5'9".
Yeah, he's kind of solid there.
Yeah.
Leo Factor, that's a good statement, man.
He's a little pinball, man. He just bounces off player after player after player and just keeps on going. Like again, man, I say this again, and to this day, man, the little dudes like him give me nightmares, man. Little dudes built like this give me nightmares, man, because they so hard. And one that has agility like this, that when you go in for the unalivened, he can make you look stupid and you'll be looking at air. He can bounce on you. Left or right.
He's got a crazy juke or jump cut, if you will. And a lot of the time that's how he starts his run. There's a jump cut and then vision. And I don't know. He's all right. He's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do Wednesday and Thursday. Might have to taper Wednesday a little bit.
Is it Wednesday now?
No, he's talking about extra sauce and start the draft coverage. We just have to taper it a little bit.
Man, all right, fine.
I know you probably don't want to.
You know me, man.
How about we just make it a Bears show?
Because I'm just saying we're gonna be going crazy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, bro. You know what I mean? We going deep all weekend. So Wednesday too is till 2 in the morning.
No, we don't got to do that, man. We can taper it. We can kind of trim it into a Bears show, and that'd be that, and then we get ready for Thursday. Because we're so close to the draft, we just trim it up into some last minute Bears information, do some coverage of some players, and get on up out of there.
Okay, so we talking Jonah Coleman here.
But yeah, man, this guy again, man, this is Jonah Coleman out of Washington. I still wish Naj was in here because he knows this dude. But man, this is a pinball, bowling ball mixed with he's got a little Barry in him. To be honest with you, he got a little bit of Barry Sanders in him, a little bit of that.
Don't say that.
Yeah, see, every time I say what I think, kids,
that's some big shoes, bro. Those are big shoes.
I just said he's got a little Barry in him. Look at how Barry is a guy that jump cuts you to sleep. This is what Jonah's doing to people. On top of running through them.
Barry did some things that every running back wish he could do. Is probably the easiest thing for me to say. He's
got one of the best jump cuts in the game right now. I'm just saying, man. Golly, man, we can't give a good comparison without people.
It's a comp. I'm just saying.
That's what I see when I see him. So fuck y'all, man. I'm saying.
All right.
All right. This is Jonah Coleman out of Washington, man. Let's get to the next guy. This is a lot of people been talking about, man. No matter when you're gonna do this guy. This is Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of. Let me make sure I say this right. I think Toledo. Yes. I'll just tell you this. This particular player right here is he's 6'2", about 200 pounds, 201, somewhere in that neighborhood, 202. It surprised me how heavy he was, because at first when I first started looking at this, I thought he might have been a little bit light because he was fast. He's so fast to get from A to B. But man, this guy, he plays like he's the best player on the field, no matter who the competition is. I don't care if he's playing freaking South Alabama or he's playing Alabama. He plays like he's the best player on the field in every single game. Elite quickness, elite speed. The closing speed is special. You don't even see him in the picture a lot of times when you're looking at the all 22. Next thing you know, zoom. In a blip, he's right there on top of him, making a form tackle, taking the right angle all the damn time. And he's a ball hawk. Emmanuel McNeil Warren is a ball hawk. Anytime he's anywhere around the ball, Kez and Triple R, there's a good chance that ball's coming out. The timeliness of his pokes and his strips are on the money. You talking about FBI. This guy's got high football IQ, really high. And it shows up week in and week out with this cat. His range is outstanding. Form tackling and making sure he finishes a play because he's the last guy on the defense. His speed from A to B, getting from point A to point B, while that ball is in the air, is some different stuff, man. Half the time, that's what it is for a safety in the passing defense, is how fast can you get from A to B to finish this play? Whether you can get your hand on the ball and make a play on the ball is one thing, but how fast can you get there before this turns into a big play for the offense? He shuts it down. And I'd say pretty much on every game film that I watch, I probably watched 4 games of his. There was no doubt who was the best player on the field. I don't care who he was playing against. And he thinks like that. He feels like he's the best player on the field, and it comes through in the state. What you thinking, kids? You looking and shaking your head?
I've watched a bunch of this tape earlier on. I really like, because again, we were talking about this last Sunday, and it was like which positions do you think the Bears should be looking at, Keds? And I told you the 3. Safety is clearly one of them. I will not be mad if they go safety. I like this kid, and one of the things, the film I'm watching right now, one of the things that you mentioned is like he'll peanut punch that ball out, man. He's got instincts with that shit too. The first clip is him. He's not even involved in the play. He just came around the corner, snaked the ball out, grabbed it, and ran it back. That was play number 1 that I'm watching here just now. But in first couple of minutes of film, that ball keeps coming out. He's finding spots where he can just get in there and crank that ball out. He's a wanton tackler. He's coming down, heat-seeking missile, will put you down. Great in coverage in general. I like this guy. I do see the comparison to Tariq Stevenson here in the chat. I can't argue with that, but I don't see him having a lot of the troubles that Tariq had early in the season, like early in his career.
Well, he's a safety. Tyreek's a corner.
Well, this is exactly where I'm going, right? With being a little bit too handsy because he's sort of off the ball. You're probably not going to get a lot of handsiness from this guy. Rushing the passer, he'll get it done there too, right? So I like this kid. I think he'll be a decent selection for the Bears. I believe he's just second round. Let me see where he's at.
Is he a free? Is he a box? What's a play comp like?
He's a free safety, but he's a safety. He can play anywhere back there.
So he would pair up with a Kobe Bryant, let's say.
And plus his attributes, one of the strongest attributes that he has is he's a ball hawk. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like 50, it's a 50 percent chance anytime this guy's around the ball, he can dig it out. And so that's going to be very attractive to a team that prioritizes getting the ball back, like Dennis Allen. So that's going to make him even kind of neon colored to them on their boards.
I
Because
would
he's
call him
always around a loose ball.
I would call him a hybrid, right? Like if we're talking about box versus free, I would call this guy a hybrid. He could do either and or. Partnering him up with Kobe Bryant, I would partner him up and call him the box safety. But you could switch him around.
Hell of a talent right here, man. The speed from a safety, man, it's almost like basically a big corner playing safety.
Yeah.
Is what he is, man. His athleticism, his agility, his sense of awareness, and just knowing what the moment requires. That's FBI right there.
And his height and arms don't hurt either, huh? That like 6'3", 32-inch arms back there. That's very, very helpful. Definitely gonna come into play.
So this would be one of the guys, like if Dylan Thieneman happened to get away from you.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons if they had Dylan Thieneman, like the guy on one of the best players that if they wanted to draft a safety and they feel like he's a better player, if he goes before they get a chance, this keeps the Bears safe and not having to move around, just wait. Because you can get a player of this caliber if you don't get Dylan Thieneman. There's some other safeties. We talked about them on the show. But I think this guy has got I'm telling you, his football intelligence outside of some of the other intangibles that he brings to the table, I think is some other level. It almost feels like looking at a young ass Ed Reed from Toledo, not Miami. It's like he's got that kind of playmaking ability. Ed Reed was just like that. Anytime he was around the ball, it's a good chance that ball can turn the other way. That's not something you can coach.
So you went with the big shoes again.
Every time I do it, man,
I'm teasing you, but
I'm just telling you what comes to my mind when I see players like this and the attributes that they bring. It's just my recall.
I'm going to show.
I've seen this stuff before.
Corny hit the guy that I see when I see this particular player, and it's Cam Chancellor. That's who I liken him to, with a little bit of peanut in him, but definitely Cam Chancellor with that height.
Cam Chancellor from the Legion of Boom.
From the Legion of Boom, brothers.
I'm not stretching when I tell you that, Pilgrim. When I say he reminds me of Ed Reed, just his instincts, man. Ed Reed had instincts of an animal, and this guy has instincts like that too.
Yeah, he's got that football IQ. Big Sam O in the chat.
Half the game is really just being able to read the moment. Read the moment. You might have a call come in, Triple R. Say you're supposed to be in a one high, 3 deep zone, right? And somehow the play starts to unfold and you see something. And you got the kind of defensive coordinator that tells you that he knows that you're really, really instinctual and you make plays when you play like that. Just tells you don't stay true to it. If you see something, jump it. Ed Reed definitely had the green light to do that because his coach knew that, hey, this guy's got something. He's like a coach out there. He's seeing this stuff in a different way. And you can see that in this cat, man. That's why I give him that comparison. He's got that going on now. He just jumps some shit, man, and he's right. When he goes rogue in the defense is what we called it. Somebody goes rogue, you better be right.
Going rogue.
He goes rogue, and he's right when he does it. Derwin James, another great comparison. Thank you for that one, Samuel.
Well, Samuel also said that McNeil Warren baits quarterbacks into throws.
That's the hallmark of a great safety, man, right there. That shows his FBI, his football IQ.
Now Patrick going crazy. He said, "Go ahead, no man. Hit us with the next." Seeing Walter Payton. If I use that, if I use that, man, y'all will hunt me down with tiki. Y'all will hunt me down with damn tiki torches and shit.
We coming to your crib.
But
But
I'm very impressed with this football player. It took me a while to finish him up because I had so many other players to do. I was pretty sure about him real early, but I waited till now to break him down, man. All right, this guy's gonna be special, man. I'm just gonna tell you right now, he got some special attributes. The vision, the instincts, the range to go along with it. You better be athletic as hell if you're gonna be going rogue in the defense and jumping shit. He can bring it, man.
yeah, no, and it comes off on the tape, right? It doesn't matter what kind of play it is, run play. It doesn't matter. He's getting himself involved, and he might be the guy making the tackle, right? Like in any case scenario, it jumps out. So again, one of the prospects that I like. I like him a lot. These are, in my opinion, scenarios where the Bears have that 25 and they can't get, those top three guys I was sort of suggesting earlier on. You make a little move back just a little ways and you get yourself some McNeil Warren love.
All right. No, man. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, Patrick. I've seen so much football. Still to this day, Walter Payton's a one-on-one. He's a one of one. I've seen some tough football players, but I ain't never seen nothing like that dude. That dude is different.
Wow, even I gotta throw Barry in there too. Like
I'm just talking about what Walter brought to the table. I mean, he was just different, man. But that's a whole other conversation.
Some guys, man, they're both.
Yeah, I think Walter was a little more rounded than Barry. Not taking anything away from Barry, but Walter was more of had more tools in the box, if you will.
Oh yeah. He was complete.
The way to look at it is that they were. Both guys.
I heard one of them coaches. I think I heard Dicker say one time. Let me get this guy off the screen. So I heard Dicker say one time. He said he had no doubt in his mind that if one day he asked Walter to kick field goals, Walter could do it.
Bro, they've like. It wasn't just Dicker who said that. I'm trying to remember who else said it, but somebody said in practice he was kicking like redonkulous field goals, just screwing around.
It don't surprise me.
You know what I'm saying? Just crazy athlete all around across the board. It's tough to make that comparison between those two backs, but they are both amazing for completely different reasons.
It might surprise you it might surprise you of all the stuff you know about me. You probably wouldn't imagine I was a hell of a punter.
Really?
I was. I can punt the shit out of a ball.
Okay. Well, shit, I don't know my man's name, but the punter that's punting them 60 yards and then running the 4-3 down in coverage.
Who's that?
Be at UDFA.
All right.
I forget my man's name, but there's a kid who's a punter. And they were showing his workout tape. He was punting the ball like 60 yards, but he's a young kid, so he's running like a 4-3. And so he was running down in coverage. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
All right. We got a few more guys to get to.
All right, let's roll.
This is a lot of people been like, hey, Nomad, you heard about this guy? This is out of Boston College. This is Jude Bowery.
I'm really glad. As much as I don't want to deal with, I don't want a tackle early in this draft. Jude Bowery's a little bit later in the draft. This is the one tackle that I really actually want to check out. So I'm glad we're doing Jude Bowery right now.
Okay, Jude is 6'5", 311, perfect size in my opinion to play left tackle. And what will stick out to you, and it will because I'm telling you, if you don't pay attention to it, you have no reason to not notice this now, because every time I watch him on tape, watch him fairly early in the process too. This guy's foot speed, foot quickness is different for a big man. This guy can mirror. When I say mirror, stay in front of his man is what that means. Mirroring is staying in front of your guy, having a chance. You're not out of the play if you can mirror well. If you can stay in front of a guy, you got a chance to win that rep. next level foot quickness, really good mirror. And I'll just tell you this, and this is just a general statement. If you're an offensive lineman and you're looking to take your game to the next level and prepare yourself for professional football, Boston College is a place I would strongly consider you. I'm telling you, that's somewhere you should strongly consider, because the way they're developing offensive linemen out of that pro style system is really impressive, man. And these linemen are impressive at Boston College. There's a reason why, I don't think it's a bias thing going on with Ryan Poles. I think he just knows that these guys are being trained very, very well. Technically, these guys, I ain't going to tell you they're flawless because they're college players. They're not flawless, but they are very technically sound. This guy is very technically sound. When he makes a mistake, his speed and quickness corrects pretty much everything that he does. When he F's up, he F's up. When I say he doesn't F down. You know what I'm saying? When I say that, you can it's like you marry up or you can marry down. You know what I mean? This guy, when he F's up, he F's up. And so he can correct his mistakes during the play. That's what foot quickness can do for you. Right hand placement, good technique, and stick to those fundamentals. This guy is really clean to watch. I'm not saying he's perfect, right? Because he does miss at times with his hands, but his foot speed helps him correct it. So that's what I mean when I say he F's up. Very talented football player. Makes Ozzie Newsome look like RoboCop as far as athleticism goes.
Ozzie
Trapillo. I don't know why I keep saying Ozzie Newsome. Thank you, Trip.
Okay. I really like what I see here, and while I'm saying that, there's kind of something he does. Like the first thing that mirror that you mentioned, that's really evident, and I'm kind of mad because now I have to watch. I have to find a minute to watch a game. I got to watch a BC game now because I need to see how he conducts himself. Like I need to see him at a loss, right? I need to see a full game. I need to see what it looks like when you know what hits the fan. That's what I need to see. So far, he has a way of taking care of the bend, right? When an edge is bending around him, he pushes them right down into the ground, which is you don't see. I don't know.
You see what number he's wearing, don't you, kids?
71. Yeah.
Everybody's favorite. Anybody that aspires to be a left tackle loves Trent Williams.
Yeah, it's a good. He's a great guy to be looking up to, right? So I mean, emulate all the Trent Williams that you can. He finds a way to get these guys on the ground, and that really shuts down that pass rush case scenario. That's the one thing that really jumps out to me outside of that mirror capability. Foot quickness, you can see it. He'll get out there in the run game if the need be, but as a pass pro, looks really solid, man. So because he's a little bit further back, like you asked me, who asked? BT9? BT9 asked a little bit earlier, would you be surprised on some offense early at pick 89, right, Sarah Collins? Maybe with that fourth rounder, that fourth selection in the that the Bears have. Maybe you look at Drew Bowery or something in and around there. Maybe you trade back a little bit.
He's getting traditional old school coach him up from Bill O'Brien. Samo said it. Ex-Texans coach. He's a real butthole, and he is, but good for college football. And technically, that's what he does. That's what he did for Bill. That's what he did for the Super Bowl champion, dynasty, the New England Patriots. Man, he really got that offensive front coached up. And, he's just good at it. He's just good at getting guys where they need to be. I'm pretty sure they probably don't like him. But, you don't go and get yourself ready for what you think you're capable of going to the final level by going somewhere where you're going to get patty cake work.
Hmm.
You don't. Not if you're real serious about it. You go there and get the training you need, the discipline you need. And if you got to sock a coach in the mouth, you might have to, because some of them are assholes like that. But you take it in stride. If he goes too far, you let him know, man. Hey, man, don't talk to me like that.
Oh, snap.
But that's the kind of that happens in college, bro, all the time.
No, I'm looking at something else now, and it's something Paul Rodriguez has just brought to light that I didn't even clue into. Got 2 knee braces here, man.
Man, dude.
What are your thoughts
every
on that?
offensive lineman in college wears knee braces.
Okay.
I don't know why, but that's just a rule they get away with it in college. You can't do that in the NFL unless you have a qualified injury that gives you permission to do it. But like every offensive lineman wears
as much as they get rolled up on.
Yeah, I don't know why the NFL wouldn't have that rule, but it's what it is.
I thought it was all about safety.
Yeah, every single college lineman, if you find one that don't have knee braces on, let me know.
I mean, but it's not because of, let's say, injuries.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to understand.
They do get rolled up on quite a lot, and it's for your knee stability.
Okay, if it's for stability as opposed to due to injury,
no,
then that's the question that I'm posing.
You get rolled up on so much. I don't know why every offensive lineman and on every level doesn't wear them, because they get rolled up on a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, they need him. I mean, but he's going to be naked. He's going to be without him next year.
And so it is legit against the rules for them to wear them if they want to?
I think so, man. I think you got to have some kind of qualified injury for you. Don't see him in the NFL. There's a reason why. Unless a guy has some kind of something on the injury report that says you can wear him, I don't see him in the NFL like that. And I think they're necessary because these guys are so big and long, and they're all legs and stuff like that. And, the people running footballs behind them and people falling all around them. Why wouldn't you?
He said, not necessarily for injury, Samo was saying. They're for stability, but they also restrict movement. But that's the cost of wearing them.
He seems to be moving around pretty avidly, you know what I mean? Pretty agile with the braces on anyhow. So, call it what you will.
I know remember I told you about the guy from the Bahamas that we was playing with in college, big old huge 6'8", 330, 340-pound dude. I asked him about that, and he was just like, man, you know what? He said, the only thing I worry, as long as I can, in front of me, I don't worry. He said, what's going on the side of me and the back of me, he said, that's when these things help out, man, because people, plays come avalanching down on you. You don't even see it coming sometimes because you're worried about the job you have in front of you. So you can't watch the field like, per se, me playing on defense. I can avoid certain contact. He can't. He don't see what's coming behind him or to the side of him. He's just going the direction the player's supposed to be going. And you get rolled up on, and then you get, you're injury prone, man. This helps those guys. But yeah, this guy is really, really technically sound and really, really good, man. And I mean really good. Would it surprise me if the Bears drafted him at some point in this draft? Hell no. Hell no. He's a true left tackle. True blue left tackle. Not to say that he can't go over to the right and give you some reps. Sure he can. But you're talking about one of the pure left tackles in this draft. This guy's for sure one of them. This ain't no right tackle that you're going to have to go over there and train and be a left. No. This guy knows exactly what he's doing over there.
He's done some stuff on the right too, just to put that out there, but primarily left. He took over for Ozzie when Ozzie left.
Did you specify, is he better at run or pass, or is he like equal at both? What's his thing?
I'd say he excels a little bit more in pass pro, but he's good in the run game too. He executes very well, but if you want me to weigh one against the other, I'd say he's a better pass protector.
1,000,000% agree with you, man.
Yeah, this guy's a stud, man. freakishly athletic for a guy this big and nimble as a cat. It's just weird. Every time I'm watching this cat, I start thinking about Triple R. Like, why am I constantly watching this cat's feet? Because they're just so quick. They're so quick, and it helps him mirror. That's going to keep you probably 50% ahead of the game if you have feet that quick that keeps you in the play. Because a lot of guys lose on the first or second move that an edge rusher makes, and it's over with within split seconds. He can correct his mistakes live during a play because of the foot quickness. And it saves him more times than I can count. This dude's got some elite up-level talent. I'm telling you, if they do get another offensive lineman from Boston College and it ain't him, I'm going to be pissed off.
Mm.
Know that.
Yeah.
But hey, stud. I think he's a stud left tackle in the waiting. And, I was going to say something about his anchor, but it ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. He's just so quick that that's the last thing he's going to do is have to anchor down on you. It's the last thing he's going to have to do.
See, that's what it's funny you say that, because now I got to watch. That's what I got to watch. I got to watch a couple of full games of him and see what happens when he loses. How does he lose? These highlights. What's that?
He hardly does.
Well, I love that statement. Now you know what I mean. Now I love that statement, but I got to see it. I got to see what it looks like when he loses. Does he have an anchor?
If somebody beats him, let's just say somebody gave him an outside in, like faked him out and went inside on him, and he missed it a little bit. His feet are so quick he can correct it, and so the guy got past him. He's quick enough to get to the guy and push him to the ground before he gets to the quarterback.
Mm.
And so as somebody might look at that as a lost rep. No, he didn't lose. He finished that.
No, I agree with you. I saw a couple of that, like a Euro step. You know what I mean? I saw a couple of those, and he uses pure speed to get that mitigated.
Foot quickness, man.
Yeah, man. I don't mind that at all, but I just want a bit more of a well-rounded take on Jude Bowery, because we know about Ryan Poles and BC, and I would be very surprised if Jude Bowery doesn't sort of wake up next week as Chicago Bear.
When I first heard about his name, I thought he was a white dude, because I ain't never heard of a black dude named Jude.
Hey, Jude.
Like
don't let me down.
Like, this a black dude? That's a I just never. Have you ever met a black guy named Jude?
I
met
a black Jude before.
Let me begin.
A black Jude before. Sorry, I had
to make it better.
Man, God damn, y'all killing me, man. Let's get to the next player. Kalen Black out of Indiana. Whoa. This guy is, let me just say, he does nothing in particular special, but gets the damn job done. Kalen Black is 5'10", 210 pounds, a bruiser. And the more and more important the game's got for Indiana, particularly this year, but it shows up, throughout his time there. He raises his level, and they put that ball in this cat's hands, and it's like, being honest with you, it looks like somebody might look at his tape and be like, "Oh, that's kind of what 25 for the Bears look like a little bit," but I'm gonna say a little bit more Fred Taylor-ish. It's kind of what Fred Taylor kind of looked like to me. You put the ball in his hand, he just gets it done. He's not a blazer by any means. He's not gonna just take off and run off for 70 yards on you, but he's just gonna rip you apart because of the simple fact that he's physical, tough, and he's not gonna fake it. He's going to get and see where he needs to go, and boom, he's gone, and his physicality does the rest and determination. This guy's there's nothing really special about him other than the fact that he just gets it done consistently. I mean, you talking about all right, we in a game where we just need to run this ball and manage this game. This is particularly the kind of back that you need. Just put the game in his hands. Secure with the ball, good pass protector, decent out of the backfield. I mean, as a pass catcher, decent, but not the best. I mean, he's an average football player with above average ability to be able to tote and carry the weight. He just gets better and better as the game goes on. The more and more important the game is, again, he raises his level. This is the kind of guy that coaches are looking at this guy and recruiters are looking at this guy like, hey man, he ain't gonna wow you with his 40 time or nothing like that. They're coming back and the scouts are coming back. He ain't gonna have you jumping up and down on the table about all those kinds of measurables. But all I know is when you get the ball in his hands, this dude can put you away. And he does it consistently. Kalen Black is basically a game unaliver. It's what he does. It's what he does. You put this ball in this guy's hands enough, he's just gonna, the more and more, he's just gonna put it on his back. And if they have a lead, you ain't coming back.
What do you think his 40 time was, since you brought it up?
I have no idea. I don't look at it.
If you were to guess.
About a 4.6, 4.7.
Wow. It's funny because that would have been my guess. Just in looking at him. I don't think anybody gonna look at this tape and go, yo, this guy's lightning. You know what I mean? Like, he's fast. He's not. He's gonna get caught. 40 time? 4.45. Would you believe that?
I don't believe that.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's his 40 time.
I didn't see it if I saw it on the field, I would.
Me too.
I never saw it on the field.
That is not what I'm seeing. And that's exactly why I asked you this particular question, because this is, looking at him, I would have guessed exactly what I would have said 4.65. That would have been my guess. And you guessed exactly, basically the same thing I would have guessed. But no, man. 4.45, which is madness if you ask me. That's not what you guys are going to see if you take a look at his film.
Now, I got to say this to you, kids, and I think I heard this somewhere. I didn't know nothing about his numbers, but I do believe he got snubbed for the NFL Combine and ended up having to do a pro day at Indiana.
That makes sense.
And so at Indiana's pro day timed him at a 4.4 something. That's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Now at an NFL Combine, I don't believe this cat's running no damn 4.4 now.
So you're saying that the Indiana stopwatch is 20 seconds behind?
Hell, I was 6'2" on paper. Shit, I ain't no damn 6'2".
Oh snap! I'm with it, because again, that feel free to take a look at this tape, y'all. Wow, there's one run he broke away and nobody caught him. I'm kind of surprised by that. He just doesn't have that kind of breakaway speed, or at least you don't see it when he's playing very frequently, if at all. But yeah, I don't know, man. This is
he can tote that mail though, can't he?
He's all like, it's all right. Like given he's, for me, not exciting.
Without him, they don't win the championship.
I agree. You got to have somebody to tote the rock. He will do it. He's got decent enough vision to get the job done. He's hard to bring down because of his sheer size and muscularity. That's the benefit of this particular player. Again, size, muscularity, hard to tackle, hard to bring down. Outside of that, again, for me, from what I've seen from some of these other backs that we've covered thus far, I wouldn't say he would be my preferred selection for the Chicago Bears. But he'd do the job from a north-south perspective. He'd do the job.
I just need a horse. I need workhorses back.
He's a horse, man. Without a shadow of a doubt.
I don't need fireworks. I don't need snap, crackle, and pop. I need you to get the job done. And Kalen Black, if there's a few running backs in this draft that I think are just you can put it in their hands 30 times and it won't do anything to him. He's just one of those kind of backs. He just gets better and the more volume you give him. Just a strong runner, man. Very strong runner.
I would give you that as well. You know, if you really needed a bell cow, I think he could be your bell cow. But he ain't, like I said, he ain't breaking away frequently. He likely will get caught. But as a you know, in another on another note, he might also he might also truck a guy into this into the dirt.
He's so reminding me of Fred Taylor, but without all the juke. Fred did a lot of juking. This guy does a whole lot less juking.
It's a good comparison, man. He doesn't have that. I don't see that juke or that jump cut that we've seen with many of the other guys. He's really straight line. I'll run you over or just make it so that you can't bring me down. But
believe it or not, kids, that's what they were trying to get to in Chicago with Ben Johnson and Eric Bieniemy, because if you get to thinking about what DeAndre Swift was before Ben Johnson got here, he would do a lot of that juking and jump cutting and doing all that kind of stuff. Then all of a sudden, they would just tell I can see the difference in him this year versus last year. He'd put that ball in his hands and get north-south as fast as possible. You get one cut, get your ass up the field. That's what a traditional West Coast scheme offensive line is coached to do. Get that lane open really fast, get that running back up. You get one cut, you get one move and get north. That's the way they coach it. And DeAndre Swift was a different running back this year because of what they was asking him to do.
But it's not just
that's why Kalen Black would fit here.
It's not just what they're asking him to do. It's also what they were asking the offensive line to do. Like you could tell, a year before that he just didn't. DeAndre Swift just did not have any faith in what the offensive line was trying to do or the holes they were trying to create. This time around, I don't think he had that faith in the first couple of games, but it eventually became something that grew on DeAndre Swift, and he was able to actually, one cut and go.
Yep. And you're right about that. I remember us having that conversation live on the air. Yeah, that's right. And so I do think this guy fits in a major way because he's already the kind of runner that they're looking for in the first place. Get your ass right on up the field. We don't need no BS. They're going to open up a running track for you. Get on it and run it. And that guy is perfectly suited to do it. And I don't think you have to reach for a running back like this because you don't. This guy will fall right into your lap. But that's Kalen Black out of Indiana. What is he? 5'11"? I think that's reaching. No, 5'10", 210. Great size on him.
I see 5'9", 2/8.
Okay. That's you don't ding him for that.
5'10", 210, in and around there.
Yes, he was, Leo. He was a much more decisive runner this year because he could trust the line.
Yeah,
like Chris was talking about.
Big time.
Right. Let's get into this next guy.
27 reps, man. 27 reps on the bench for your boy back.
This is CJ Allen out of Georgia, 6'1", 235. And I watch Georgia football very closely. I watch Alabama football very closely. I watch a lot of SEC football. And let me tell you something. I haven't seen a linebacker be as close in a comparison to who Roquan was when he was there. This guy is about as close as you can get to Roquan Smith. This dude is a general. CJ Allen is a general. He guides, he points, he puts people in place. He's a true middle linebacker.
Okay.
True middle linebacker. He really he's the coach of that defense, and he puts people in places that probably ain't even his football intelligence is pretty high. Pretty doggone high. And you can see it through everybody else's play around him. You can tell that people trusted him. If he made a call at the last moment, they're going to march to the beat of his drum. They trust him. He's a general. He makes them right. You know what I mean? If you got to listen to a linebacker at the last second tell you, hey, come up here. You got to be able to trust the fact that he's pulling you away from what you've been designed to go. And you got to just roll with that. The coaches trust him. It's about can you. And this guy is a general, bro. He's always around the ball. And when I tell you Triple R and kids, when he sees it, the elite closing speed that CJ Allen has to make a play on the ball, I mean, he's a flash. He sees it. Oh, they throwing it out in the flat. It's over with. It's over with. This guy is an elite linebacker, and he's going to be an elite linebacker on the next level too. Some might argue, okay, 6'1" is a little short for a middle linebacker. Not for him. His athleticism will make up for that. His instincts make up for that. Always making the right play, always in the right space, and cerebral as hell. And you need that to be the quarterback of your defense. And not only that, you need the trust of the people around you. And so obviously, you draft a guy like CJ Allen, first thing you're going to do is just overwhelm him with information, overwhelm him with situations, and see if he can, step his level up. And let's see how much he can take on in a training camp. Let's see if we can trust him, put him out there and have 10 other players kind of listen to what he's doing out there. This guy's got it all. This is Roquan, what Roquan looked like in college. Dead space, kids. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at CJ Allen. I kind of like what I see. I'm just worried. I'm more worried about where he lines up in the draft for us. He lines up at let me look here. Where are you, buddy?
Well, let's talk about his attributes, and we'll talk about his draft, where we might draft him. What are you seeing? What do you like?
I like him across the board. Really good football IQ, and you're right. You kind of nailed it with respect to him directing traffic. He's putting people in the right positions to be successful, including himself. And everybody needs that. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody needs that out of a linebacker, out of an MLB. We could use some leadership in that position, but I don't know. I don't know. I kind of expect the Bears to make some sort of a selection at the LB. That's my worry, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's my worry. Is like, where does he fall? I see him falling in and around selection 48 as well. There's a couple of linebackers right in that realm. Kyle Lewis. There's a few guys right around that area. I just don't know who you select, right? And they're all good. Like if we're talking about a second round linebacker, again, I wouldn't be mad at the Bears for doing it, although we just grabbed one in free agency. We also have a couple of hurt ones, so I think the requirement is there. Long and the short of it is, I like this player as well. Like CJ Allen is nice with it. I think if we focus him as our MLB, that would be a very interesting selection. That's my thoughts. I'm just worried about where he is and whether he would be around for the Bears at pick 57 or what have you. Definitely not at 25. I don't know. I have a feeling this player is coveted.
So what I'm looking at is a guy, and again, I don't care where he's drafted at, but I'm here talking about his attributes.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, while I'm watching this guy play, the head movement, the head on the swivel, making sure everything is set, making sure everybody's got right placement, everybody's there to be able to take right angles. He's making sure that pre-snap, and it's all happening really, really fast. He understands the design of the defense, the one that's getting caught in the huddle, and he understands what he has to do pre-snap very, very well. I mean, cerebral is, he's got a high football IQ. He's gonna, he can't control what happens over top of him, behind him, and on the safety level, but what's in his vicinity, he does a really, really good job of making sure everything is right at assimilation. You got to make sure you're here. The player's going to come here when he sees his formation. Hey, get right here, man, because if they try that screen, you're going to be able to, it's just, I see all kinds of FBI when I'm watching this guy play.
Yeah.
You saw that with Roquan as well. And that continues to this day. Roquan's still really, really high football intelligence. This is about as close as I've seen to what Roquan brought to the table since Roquan Smith. That's his comp right now. It's Roquan Smith. And you see, it's like looking at Roquan play. This guy is tough, man. Physical as all hell. Cerebral as all hell. Plays just as well in space as he does close to the ball. Really can't knock him. I don't have a knock for him. I don't. At times, if I wanted to find something, and I only seen this maybe once or twice, he might scream after the ball a little too hard and overrun it once in a while, and that's good for any football player. Any football player is good for, I see it, and I'm finna beeline and scream towards it and get it, and you overrun it because somebody gave you a little sidestep or a little juke here and there. You see stuff like that. And that's rare for him, man, because he'll break down right there in front of you and make sure he brings you to the ground. Intelligence. Not so overwhelmingly, over the moon about getting a big hit on someone. Knowing the moment, get him on the ground. I can't get the hit right now. Break down, get him on the ground. A lot of football players, they just so worried about making that big shot on somebody that they go for that 100% instead of, all right, let me take 20% off this thing and make sure I get this guy on the ground. He's got that kind of football intelligence. Linebackers ain't usually that smart. Just being honest. They ain't.
Yeah, chat's giving you some real good questions.
Go ahead and put one up.
So here's the one that kind of hit me. Would you put him in the category with the safeties and top edges in the first round?
I do think he's you talking about player for player. We talking about value now.
We're talking about best player available. You know what I mean?
He's right there with the best players available. He's right there with them. And even though his linebacker ain't his a position of high value right now.
That was my next question. Okay, continue.
That's why I said value, but I do think his caliber of play is right there with the best players in this draft. And I don't care if he's a linebacker. He's just up there with them. But will he get drafted to their caliber? Probably not.
Okay. All right.
He's a general, man. This is a field general right here.
I think we do need that in some capacity, but I'm with you. I'm just worried about where he is, and again, overall value at the position. Do we really need a linebacker to that degree? I feel like we do need a linebacker. I'm just not sure if we need it in the first and or even second round.
Trust me, he's high on the list in Chicago. Trust me, he's one of them dudes, man. When a good defense is only bound by great linebacker play that can maintain and manage the trenches. You got to have a cerebral guy in the box, and a guy that ain't gonna shy away from the physical contact that comes with it. He's both of those and a bag of chips.
Okay.
He's really good, man. Well, that's C.J. Allen out of Georgia, 6'1", 235. We got two more players to get to, and we done.
Okay.
This is Jaheim White, running back out of West Virginia. He is 5'9", 190 pounds, and I'm just gonna say this right off the top before you start looking at them kids, and I'll say this, and I believe this. Although he's a really good running back, I do think this guy is gonna make for a bomb ass slot receiver. Because this guy, he's a weapon, is what he is, an electric weapon. West Virginia needed him to play, I guess enough significant reps at running back that they use him a lot out of the backfield running the ball. But this guy completely just ripped defenses apart with his receiving ability. I'd say he's a better receiver than he is a running back, and I'm not slighting him as a running back because I think he's a good running back. Kind of a gadget type of running back. He's going to be on the next level, but still good running back altogether. But I do think his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is going to be very enticing to, say, coach like a Ben Johnson that might want to put this guy on the team. And because he has some ability out of the backfield, but no, we're going to use him as a multiplier. Use him to really rip up your defense. I can see a guy like Jaheim White coming and being a part of what we do. Because, I'm telling you, out of the backfield, God forbid a linebacker or a bigger, strong safety gets on this guy. It's curtains. It's absolute curtains. He's a good route runner. Damn near great for a running back. This guy can be a weapon. Don't know if he's going to get drafted. Don't give me that. He's projected to go here. I don't give a shit. I'm just talking about the attributes. Weaponizing your offense. This guy is another little piece of lightning in a bottle. What you looking at?
Looking at Jaheim White. He kind of looks like a poor man's. Okay, I'm just talking about pass catching and slot case scenario. He looked like a poor man's Khalif Raymond. It's probably the comparison that I would make. He's fast. He's a little guy. He's just a kind of a ball of lightning. It's all right. I've no clue where he winds up in the NFL draft. I actually couldn't find him, which is odd. Probably a UDFA if that's really what he is. But he's the type of guy that I could see Ben Johnson. I see what you're saying.
Khalif Raymond started somewhere.
He certainly did, right? I could see Ben Johnson utilizing a guy like this in the slot. Just like I totally hear where you're coming from.
Would you agree that he looks like a better receiver than a running back? And his running back reps it looks good, but I think he's a better weapon out of the backfield in the passing game.
I think again, the slot is the ideal position as opposed to the he's a decent back. You know what I mean? He's decent, but I would put him in the slot because then you could run him on reverse, on jet sweep, and you're going to get a little bit out of him in that gadget capacity. But he's just small and sudden enough to be dangerous in the slot.
Well, one thing I can tell y'all is if you happen to see Jaheim White end up somehow, whether drafted or undrafted, in the Chicago Bears uniform, remember you heard that shit here.
Yeah.
He's a solid running back. I think he'll be a good special teamer, in the return game. And I do think you don't have to really classify him as a running back. You can have him as a running back, but use him totally as a slot receiver. Just motion him out and just let him rip. And this is that simple. It doesn't have to be complicated, but he can be a weapon. He just tortures people when he is in the route tree. He just tortures people.
Yeah, I would classify him as a weapon as well. That's exactly what I would call him.
All right, that's Jaheim White. from West Virginia, 5'9", 190. I
CJ
think
Whiteboy says Jaheim is his brother.
CJ Whiteboy, stop clowning. All right. Let's get to the last guy, man. One last guy to get to before we get into this mock draft.
Hey, FFG.
Well, yeah, I saw FFG. What up, man? This is LT Overton out of Alabama. This guy is 6'5", 6'6", 280 pounds legit. Let me start off this by saying this. He's got some fairly long arms. A lot of big fellas, big guys, aren't necessarily true big guys. If you understand, I'm going to explain myself a little bit. Some of the big guys, even in this draft, are bloated big guys. They aren't natural. I like, as soon as I see a guy out of uniform, I can see if this guy has been, oh yeah, he's had to work his behind off to get to a certain size. I can see it. No, this is a real big man. This is a real natural big man. The 280 is so natural on him. It's natural. And he can move with it. I'm talking about football speed. I did actually look at his he was one of the I looked at a few guys 40s during the combines, and I'm always looking at big dudes. This guy ran about a 4.8, but that's kind of fast for a dude 280 pounds. He can, his football speed is there. Short area quickness is there. His ability to rush the passer has got a lot of upside. A lot of upside. When he comes to play, he comes to play. This guy is definitely a Dennis Allen. We talk about this all the time, a tweener. He's in between defensive end and defensive tackle. These are the guys that Dennis Allen likes. He's a high-end talent. And you won't have to reach to grab a guy like him. I know the first thing on your mind, you say about 6'6", 280 pounds, people are going to start thinking about Dial. Well, Dial is the blueprint. So LT Overton, he's got it. He's got a one of the things I like about him is his power is overwhelming for a lot of D tackles because he goes from speed to power really, really fast, and he gets on somebody. And once that surge is going, he ain't stopping him. Only thing stopping him is him. He's extremely powerful. Pretty good edge setter. They're going to demand more and more out of him in Chicago if they draft him. But he's used to having his fingers in the dirt. This is going to be more up his alley playing in this system here than what he's playing in Alabama. They ask different things from a 3-4 edge rusher in Alabama. But this guy's got it. He's got all the tools and the traits that a Dennis Allen would like. He is probably, if I had to guess, he's in that top 5 to 7 guys of edge rushers on Dennis Allen's board. What are you thinking there, kids? I see you thinking.
Yeah. He's okay. You know what I mean? He's like, for the size, he'll set the edge. He does a great job. He does a great job of block shedding, getting off those blocks and getting into the run game. I'm going to say pretty dangerous in the run game, man. He does a lot of his impression is felt in that run game for sure. Rushing the passer, he adds a fair amount of pressure. He's got a decent swim move. What else did I see? Like, speed is exactly what you described. It's like what you're going to get out of a guy who's 280 pounds. He's a little bit faster than that, though, just a little bit. I don't know. I don't mind Overton. Personally, I would be looking for a DE who's a fair amount lighter. That's just me. But what you're saying to me is, again, if we're talking about DA likes him a little bit on the heavier side, so they can do, both that DT work as well as work on the edge. So I kind of get that, and that's part of the reason why I like Mesidor as much as I do. But you know, it's all a question of speed then to me, and I'd like my guy to be a little bit faster, you know?
Because I think you're at that point where a lot of the fan base is at, where they see all these really fast and just quick and just really disruptive edge rushers that are lighter and getting to the quarterback faster, and that's just where their mind is like, hey, we need to draft this guy instead of seeing exactly what the team is telling you, and accepting that. It's a level of acceptance.
Well,
I understand what they're trying to do, 110% what they're trying to do, and that's why I wouldn't even be sitting here talking about LT Overton if I didn't know for a fact that this is the kind of guy they covered.
So, couple of things to say. An initial question is, did that, like to quote Dr. Phil, how's that working for you? Like, did that work last season? And I'm gonna say it didn't. Mind you, kid got hurt for the better part of the season, so maybe we just throw that out the window. I don't know. Did it work in New Orleans? Yeah, it did work in New Orleans, right? So there's another way of looking at it if that's where you're going.
I'm gonna throw this at you as a counter, kids.
Mm-hmm.
How good was your interior pass rush?
The answer is actually the exact same thing I just said. The guys who are going to handle the interior pass rush were hurt for the better part of the season. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of a similar statement. So again, we'll see what this all shakes out at. I'm just like the other aspect to LT Overton that that doesn't come to light at all, and I would be remiss if it ever did, is you're just not going to see this guy in coverage. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen a single snap where he's in coverage. It's very doubtful.
They'll drop his big ass back if they need to.
I haven't seen it yet.
No, you won't see it.
I'm not going to say he's never done it.
They're too busy, kicking him in, kicking him out. He played both D tackle and edge rusher at Alabama, which is why we're having this conversation now. He has the experience of, because a lot of draft prospectors are okay. Is he an edge rusher or is he a D tackle at that size? No, he's an edge rusher that has a multiplicity to him, and that's going to attract a guy like Dennis Allen to come sniffing around.
Yeah, different type of multiplicity than the edge we looked at a little bit earlier on. But I agree with you, right? That's part of my thinking for Dennis Allen and the Chicago Bears with Mesidor. Again, it's very, very similar. Can you do both? In this case, this guy can, and he's just a little bit larger, but he ain't, with that size, he ain't slow, right? He's not slow. He's just a little bit slower. Best way to put it.
One of the things about watching Dennis Allen's defense, again, I will remind people, that guy put Tom Brady in retirement. It was Dennis Allen. That defense frustrated him so bad that he retired. He could have no answers for them because they got off the ball so fast, and you couldn't tell the difference between an edge rusher or a defensive end. You just couldn't, because they were all just getting off the ball, and they're in there and after him in about 1.5 seconds. Next thing you know, he's trying to run with his stiff ass. He can't go nowhere. And the size was overwhelming. The speed was overwhelming. And this dude has ability to get off the ball really fast for a guy his size. That's another thing that's noteworthy about LT Overton. He can get off the ball really fast for a dude his size. That's attractive to a defensive coordinator like Dennis Allen. And I'm telling you, as ridiculous as it might look with people that watch stats, oh, he doesn't get any sacks in. Man, I don't know how long I have to say this. That's probably the most bloated stat in the game of football.
So, and to that effect, I agree with you. It's not sacks that we need per se. It'd be great to have them. It's just it's hurries and pressure. Like, you need to be back there. You need to be disruptive. You need to be wreaking havoc. And I did not see enough of that last season. I did see much more of it last season than I saw the previous season. But again, more is better.
Yeah. The more sacks you make, the more millions you're gonna make. So, yeah,
It's
There's that too.
it's going to make money, but I'm just talking about in the overall construct of a football game. It's more about can you alter the play a little bit? Can you get back there fast enough to make them change what they were doing? And if you get the sack, great. That's going to get you some more money when it comes time for you to go talk to your agent. Agent goes and talks to the GM. Can't deny those sacks. Got to give them some money. But I'm just talking about overall impact on the game. It's about speed, it's about quickness, and how fast can you get there and alter what the quarterback is doing. It might be just simply the altering of the trajectory of the throw that doesn't get counted in the stat box.
No, and
These are the things.
that's why I'm saying hurries and pressure, right? That's actually exactly what you want, because that creates much of what you were discussing the other day, and that's that creates those turnovers, that creates situations where the secondary can really shine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was saying, when you were asking me, if we have a fast secondary, is that not better than really having a fast D line? And I had to sort of say, I don't know. You kind of want both, right? You kind of want to have that pressure, that hurry to create those turnovers, those takeaways.
Kids, you know what I think we were looking at last year all the time? In the very early part of it, and all the questions you just asked, is it better to have a faster secondary? Is it better to have a quicker front? All this kind of stuff. I think all of that was question marks, and Dennis Allen did not know. I'm talking about through about 4 games. He did not know. And the only way you're going to know is put him out there and see what you got to do. See what you can do. And I think post those 4 games, I think he knew. And he just played with the talent that he had, and this is what we're going to have to do to adjust. That's what I think we were watching. And so Crimson just asked a question. He didn't ask a question. He just said he'd be very interested in seeing what DA's defense looks like in year 2. Me as well, because when you're you're gifted the job, but you're also almost burdened with the talent that you did not select overall. He had a bunch of dudes that he's just trying to fit here and fit there and play with, instead of the guys that it took him, several years to put together and accumulate in those great New Orleans defenses. And that's what he's doing right now, overhauling it to an extent, getting it to look like a Dennis Allen defense. Speed mixed with power equals results to me. And that's just, to me, that's what he's doing.
Makes sense.
So this is LT Overton. Look at his tape and come away with it with what you will. But I think he's definitely, because he's a tweener and because of some of his strong attributes, I do think this is a guy that they would love to get their hands on and see what we can do with development in Chicago, man. He's got all it takes. But that's it, man. That's it for the breakdowns today. Anything, Triple R, because you was the most quiet? Anything you see or anything you questioning about?
No, I'm good.
That was easy.
I'm sorry you had to be so quiet there, but I appreciate it.
No, whatever. I mean, like I say,
anybody intriguing to you?
They all are for their certain aspects. It's like, all right, as long as you got, the overall attributes of the speed and I think the production, everybody that you talked about, were able to make a difference on their teams and stand out enough to be featured. So, whoever, Ryan Poles and crew, as I said before, whoever they draft, hey, I'm all about it, until they prove that they can or can't play. So out of the ones wrapping up with tonight, it's a good, look, offense and defense, because we still don't know which way we're going to go in either round. We saw some top guys off the board. We saw some possible UDFAs. I got no horse in this race. Let's put it that way. So whoever we pick, it's all good.
Ask me a question, Trip. Ask me who I think is the most impressive out of the guys that we just broke down here.
Well, out of the breakdowns of tonight, Nomad, who was the most impressive to you?
Neck and neck tie. CJ Allen and Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
All right, so
Equally
linebacker, safety, two upper guys.
Equally impressive in their own rights.
Okay, well, that kind of brings us to our next segment, right? Nomad, you got anything else before the draft stuff?
Yeah, don't. I'm not doing the board, man, because I got to pop out for a minute.
Okay, well, that was kind of a big part of the draft stuff, but we'll work around it.
Right. I'll take over, man. Kez, help out with the chat a little bit. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so guess we'll just audible and go to that. You know what I'm saying? Since we are not going to do that right now, and let's see. So we'll change to this, and then we'll do this. You know, I can do things on the fly. You know, I'm good like that.
That's what they call being dynamic.
Hey, that's my middle motherfucking name.
Rolling with said punches as they come. But yeah,
rolling.
I like Emmanuel Warren as well. CJ Allen looked decent, but again, I just don't know about that linebacker thing. You know, I'm in a different headspace for this here draft, guys. I gotta say it as a whole as far as the Bears is concerned. You know, we're talking a lot last week about what my sensibilities are. I have my own sensibilities about this thing, but they don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna let these guys do what they're gonna do. I think they're in a very weird position this time around. So I'm just gonna let these guys make the selections they're gonna make, because after this draft is done, there's still a lot of empty spots on this roster they're gonna have to fill to sort of get into training camp, etc. Under normal pretenses. You wind up with about 90 people on the roster and then whittle your way back down to 52, 53. They're nowhere near that. I think after this draft, I think they're probably still shy about 20 seats, right? 20 heads.
Yeah, 20 empty roster spots as it stands today.
There you go. So there's going to be a bunch of guys they've got to bring onto this team to round this all out. I expect a lot of them to come through UDFA. I think we're going to really favorite players in the draft from Big Sam. Y'all done know who mine are, right? So you came in just a little late, Sam. For me, most definitely Akeem Mesidor with clear and obvious bias. Akeem is from my hometown. I know the kid personally. Right. So that's bias. But I love what he could do for this team as well in on the exterior as an edge rusher, as well as interior as a 3-tech DT. Next up, I like Dylan Thieneman / Emmanuel McMorneal. Those are like, from a safety position perspective, those are the two guys I would be interested in there. They're guys that they can likely get their hands on. If one is gone, you aim for the other. DT, there's a couple of different DTs that I like in this draft.
Kid, not the whole damn draft, for fuck's sake.
I'm just saying there's a couple I like, but it would be Proctor and it would be it's probably Landon Robinson. I would try to aim for both of those guys a little bit later in the draft as opposed to at the top.
All right, can we start now?
We can. Peter Woods. What's a trade offer look like?
All right, so the draft has already started, and we're on the board already. Mm-hmm. The trade offers are from the Kitties for pick number 25. They are swapping 50, giving up 118, a 2027 second, and a third. The second trade offer out of the 3.
There we go. That's more.
For picks 25 and 129.
No.
The Baltimore Ravens are offering 45, 80, and a 27 second and third. And the third offer is from the Colts for pick number 25 for picks 47, 78, a 27 second, and a fourth.
This Colts looks much better than all the other things. But let's just look at the board here first, because I see some interesting players. So
all right, on the board you get we're here at what are we at 25. The next pick is 57. And you got the Sadiq tight end, Woods defensive tackle, Mesidor edge, Miller offensive tackle, Ian Cantor offensive tackle, and so forth and so on at the top of the board.
All right,
kids,
so now,
you doing this mock, kids, or is this...
You know what? I'm gonna throw it over to my boy Cornelius Squalls, man. I was just like, he's asking in the chat right now, whose mock is this? Cornelius, would you like to run this mock as a number 2 no maniac, man? Let me know in the chat, and we'll get this thing rolling. Because I'll tell you all right now, you all know what I would be doing right here. So we'll make that. All
right, is Cornelius doing this thing?
He said Akeem Mesidor.
All right, Cornelius Squalls is selecting Akeem Mesidor, much like I would be doing. So there's that.
Yeah, this already sucks.
Oh, why? Oh, because he's old, man. I'm sorry.
Well, there's that.
I'm sorry. But you'll have a pass rush, brother.
That man geriatric already.
But in Triple R's world, yes.
Yeah, your first round pick pushing 26. Yeah.
That's all right. We only need him for 4 years.
Okay, but you want to take the North and not give it back. You're gonna need some longevity out of your
We
pick.
need to re-sign him, and we'll keep him for 10 years.
All right, so 40. Okay, cool. So right now we're on the board at pick number 57, and after that is 60. We've gotten an edge off the so far, and top of the board, Halsey at safety, Stooks at cornerback, Hill linebacker, Rutledge guard, Smith safety, and so forth and so on. What are you thinking there, Corny?
Yeah, what do you think, Cornelius?
No trade offers are here.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but we got a couple other areas where maybe we can get a couple. He wants to see safeties and CBs. You want trade hand Stooks if you're talking cornerback.
All right, cornerback, you got Stooks, Keontae Scott, possible safety. Julian Neal, Will Lee III, Igam Bunsen, Muhammad. Safety, top of the board, AJ Halsey, Genesis Smith, Kamari Ramsey, Jason Kilgore, Bud Clark. Key Wheatley and Lewis Moore. Halsey, it is. Boom. AJ Halsey is selected. Now we do have some 2 trade offers here at pick number 60. For pick number 60 and a 4th rounder, the Raiders are offering picks number 67 and 102 for a 109 value compared to 103. And the second trade offer is a 106 value compared to 93 for pick number 60. And the 6th round pick in 27, the Carolina Panthers are offering pick 83, 119, and a 2027 third. Top of the board to you of all. You're looking at Rutledge, Smith, Banks, Sam Hecht, Oscar Delp, Scott, and so forth and so on. I bet you $5 he's going to say Mike Washington.
Show me running backs. He's already headed down that road.
All right. Offense, running back. Mike Washington, top of the board, ahead of Jadarian Price, Emmett Johnson, Jonah Coleman, Katron Allen, and so forth, so on.
Let me see them trades one more time while he's thinking about these backs.
to go from 60 back to 67 and pick up 102 to give up a fourth next year, or to give up 60 and a sixth next year to go back to 83 and pick up 119 and a third.
Corny Squalls has selected Mike Washington, my brother.
Somebody only $5.
I can smell it coming too, because I would probably do it. Except I would have taken that trade and hope to God he was still on the board.
Well, we are finishing up the third round, and right now our next pick is at number 89, then 129 after it. So as we are on the board, the trade offers are 2. For pick number 89, New England will give you 95 and a 6th-rounder next year. And for pick 89 and a 6th-rounder next year, Minnesota is offering 97, 163, and a 5th-rounder. 56-point value compared to 51 offered value. And the New England offer is less at 45 compared to 46. Top of the board, Connor Liu, guard, edge of Joseph's. Hey, there's the center, Parker Brailsford, Bryce Lance, Jonah Coleman, Zachariah Branch, who cannot tell the officer, no, sir, I will go home now, sir. You gave him attitude. Now he got to pay $39 plus however many millions his draft position is going to cost him. Let's see. Cornerbacks are there. What do you want to see there, Corny?
Yeah, let us know, Cornelius. At the same time, if it was me, I would probably take that trade back. And I hate to even consider it, but I'd probably take the Vikings trade.
Well, yeah, because right now you're on pick 89. The next one's 129, leaving you 239 and 241. And the Vikings trade is you pick up 97, so you move back 8 spots, and you pick up 163.
Yeah, I think with 163, you might be able to see what do I have left. I think with 163, you can target, or 129, you can target you can target Proctor.
So that's what you got left right there.
Yeah. So you got 2 more in the top 150. After that, you're into 2 7th-rounders.
But,
I like Bryce Lance here too.
Let's see, wide receiver. I don't know if you're looking for Lance specifically, but Lance is the top receiver on the board.
So he's saying take the Vikings trade.
Okay. Vikings trade back to 97, accepted. And then Sutton, Thompson, Josephs, Brailsford, Wheatley, Bud Clark, Claiborne. And now Bryce Lance is still on the board, but you have one trade offer from Matt Ryan with his assistant Ian Cunningham. Want pick 97, and they will give 122 and a 4th. And you're losing a point on value.
No, he needs to give us a third rounder for this year and a 3rd rounder for next year, and it's a done deal. But
all right, so we are. I'm sorry, not we, but 97 right now. Bryce Lance is the top of the board, ranked at 83. Another $5 says he doubling down. Push it, let it ride. Not push, but let it ride. Right terminology. He's going with Bryce Lance.
That's a good catch. Let's look at his look at what he's selected so far. So Keem, the Dream, AJ Halsey at safety, Mike Wash, running back. Yeah, that's where I was probably going to point you to. Let's look at these defensive tackles and see what we got. I like Daryl Jackson. There's your Caleb Proctor right there, Cornelius. Yeah, you probably want to do that.
Get your Landon Robinson at 139-ish.
I would probably do. Those would probably be my 2 next selections, actually. Gotta say it. Mesidor could be a DT. That is true. That is true. I mean, you can always flip Mesidor in and out on different downs. And that's why I like him. And Scrolls, for you were asking who loses snaps. I don't think anybody loses snaps because, again, you could use Akeem at DT and line him up beside Booker and play all three of these guys in pass rush situations.
Any other position groups to look at, Corny? Caleb Proctor is the choice, and boom, there it is. All right, so you've selected an edge, a safety, a running back, and a defensive tackle. And you got 4 more picks, barring any trades. As we close out the 4th round, the draft ticks on.
Let's see, there goes Jude Bowery. Yeah.
Make sure for the live and direct event, which is coming up in a scant few days, Thursday night, the Nomad Network, Kids the Canuck, and Sports Chicago Style, also known as Triple RSCS, will be live and direct all draft weekend for every pick. Mango will be the word to let you know to shut the hell up and pay attention. Now, back on the clock here at pick number, excuse me, in the 4th round, pick number 163, you have an offer from the Titans for pick 129. They will give up 142 and 184, 20 value compared to 19. Top of the board, number 92, tight end, Jolly, Tristan Lee, Lewis, Moore. Position group.
Get centers here, Trip, but
you say centers?
Yeah.
Centers, offensive, OC. All right, top of the board, 157, and your next pick is 163. 4 picks remaining. Slaughter, Mario, not Mario Lemieux.
He wants to take the trade, Trip.
I think he's a brilliant man. Look at that trade. He's gonna look at that trade again.
That's not our GM.
Oh, that's Scrolls. Look at the trade again, though. Yeah. So cool. This is a real good trade. I have to agree with Scrolls. It would put you in a position to get the center of note. I think Trey Zune is probably your best look here at center. Let's look at all. Any other? Oh, snap. Scroll. We're at 129 right now. Ooh, snap. Kyle Lewis is right there. Harold Perkins is right there. There's some linebacker love that you could get into right now that I didn't really think about. You still have 63. Scroll back up for me, Trip. Now scroll down real slow. Kyle Lewis at 122. Harold Perkins at 132. Damn. Yeah. I don't know what you want to do here, Cornelius. What are you thinking, man? Because, like I say, there's some linebackers here. Deshaun Stribling's a little bit in and around this area. You could take that trade and get 2 more selections, which wouldn't put you in a crazy area. One last question. Go back to look at Landon Robinson, and you could, actually, Patrick ain't wrong. Look at cornerbacks.
He's saying look at linebackers.
He likes the linebackers. What do you think, Nomad? Kyle Lewis or Harold Perkins here? I like them both, man.
It's a no-brainer for me. It's always going to be Kyle Lewis.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Did we looked at Lander Barton as well, right?
We didn't do a breakdown. We talked about him.
I like Lander Barton, man. I actually do. He's a little bit further back, but I wouldn't be getting him. I would take the trade if we're talking Lander Barton. Lander Barton's big boy.
What do you think, Corny? So you got a couple Kyle Lewis.
He
Was it
said
Kyle
he's
Lewis?
Corny saying Kyle Lewis.
Kyle Lewis. Boom, there you go. All right. So Kyle Lewis is selected. Next pick is 163 as we are entering the 5th round now.
Need more picks, he says.
Well,
There goes Landon Robinson.
Getting a little late for that now.
Yeah. Yeah, I doubt we'll get another trade. Ah, man, we missed out on Trey Zoom.
The same Pokemon. Gotta have them all. All right, on the clock. Next pick is you're at 163 now. The next 2 picks are 239 and 241. On all, top of the board is 151 at Jay-Sean Barham, Edge, and then Truce, Hudson, and so forth, so on.
King and Trust ain't terrible.
Let's see. True Pilgrim loves the pre-sock kid.
I think we just missed him, didn't we? Did Ephesians get drafted? Oh, go look at corner.
Blue Horseshoe loves, and he's gone.
He must have just went. There he is. Fuck, he went to the Packers. Of all things.
Blue Horseshoe does not love Ephesians price.
Not anymore. No.
Dejon Stribling, if he's still there, that's offense.
Look at the wide receiver. That's a great look.
Wide receivers, Hudson, Eli, the Swiss Army knife, Rivers, Brentson. Don't see no Stribling.
No, Stribling must have just gone too.
Let's see. You say Stribling? Not just gone.
A little ways before that.
There he is.
Just before your last pick.
Yeah, just 131, way up there.
After
right after you took Lewis.
Yeah.
All right. Any position group? Wallace or Caldwell, says True Pilgrim. Stribling is not there, so you asked out on that one. Top of the board, wide receiver wise, if I can get up there.
Let's go back to corner.
Is Jordan Hudson, and then Heinrich Corner is on defense. And that's CB. There you go.
Hey, by the way, guys, don't worry about if you don't get some of your picks right now. We're going to go crazy on Wednesday with the Bears. It's just going to turn it into a Bears extravaganza right before the draft.
Centers.
Okay. Yeah.
Offense and OC. Lemieux, not
Monsieur,
Mario.
Monsieur Lemieux.
Brockmeyer. Pink Panther.
Pat Coogan. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I would do here, though.
What, Coogan?
No, I'd pick the young Olin Krut's son, Josh, with the final pick and address center that way. That would be my thoughts there. Considering we're at this point in the draft, and I'm not really sure about these remaining centers. Go back to all. And just scroll down real slow. I like Keegan Trost if you're thinking about a left tackle. I like Taylor Green if you want some quarterback love. Max Llewellyn on edge ain't terrible. Oh, snap. I bet you he's available too before we go too far. Eli Heidenreich's a good look. There's my boy, Ndame Tucker.
Way down here? Damn.
Yeah, man. There's my boy. But we've already selected an edge rusher.
Where you at, Corny?
Dante Corleone. He's saying offensive tackle.
Offense and OT. Keegan Troost on down.
Diego Pounds. Yeah, I'd be looking at. What do you think of Keegan Trust? No, man.
Markel Bell. Who's Markel Bell? Is that a tackle?
I think he should be the number 1 selection here. But
I don't see no Markel Bell.
Markel Bell is there somewhere. He might have gone earlier, to be honest with you. Tackle out of Miami. He's a right tackle.
You like Keegan Trust?
There he is right there.
Oh, he's down there.
He got taken.
Yeah, he's right there. He already went.
Yeah, he got taken at 157 by Detroit.
So that's a no on Bell. Heinrich is a Swiss Army knife. He is. Let's see. Patrick is saying Pounds or Willis. What you talking about? Why are we so far down?
Yeah, they're right at the top of the OT.
Wait, what are we looking for? Anything in particular?
OT. If you're talking about Pounds, there's Diego Pounds and Carver Willis.
Yeah, those two. Okay.
Yeah, I personally here, like I like Trust. That might be my selection. DT.
Yeah, you ain't picking. You want to see DT.
Oh, yeah, good call. DT's. So K-Part's nice. Corleone's nice. Yeah, man. I'd probably who's the other late round DT there that we really like, Nomad?
Hey, hold on. Trip, just slow down just a little bit on the scrolling, just so you can get a good eye on what you got here.
Who's the other late rounder, Nomad? Do you remember?
As far as what kind of DT, a 3-tech or
he was a 3-tech, small bowling ball. Brady Jarrett.
That was let me look at my list here. That was probably Skylar Gil Howard. Skylar Gil Howard.
I think it's Skylar Gil Howard. There he is, right there, 320. You can get him at the end of the draft.
Jeffrey Imba is tough too, but that's for another breakdown. I hope I get time to talk about him.
He says Albert Regis or Gums. Gums is a edge, no?
Yeah, Gums is the edge. Albert Regis is the nose. You can't go wrong here. Some good players on the defensive line here for sure. Really good. They got the Godfather there.
Yeah. There's Albert Regis there at DT. And again, you could probably get him at 231. So my suggestions here, go right back up to the top there, Trips. Either DeMonte Capehart or the Godfather at DT, if that's what you're thinking. Trust at OT, if that's what you're thinking. Edge, I would go Ndame Tucker here. Anybody else jump out to me? Oh, and Eli Heidenreich, if you're looking for somebody you could use as a DeMonte Capehart, there's your selection. Boom. And we're going right into 230, 239.
Yeah, there's two more picks, 239, like 241. Yeah.
Monsieur Lemieux.
So we're into the 6th round now, and watch the names go off the board.
Here goes my boy Ndame Tucker.
That was Barton. Lemieux, Heinrich. Names are ticking. A lot of talent going. It's all good, though. You got 2 more picks in the bank.
We're almost there.
Yeah. You're in the 7th rounder, so right at the end here.
Oh, man, John Michael Gillenberg is a solid TE in and around this area.
All right, you are on the board with pick 239, and for 239 and 241, the Broncos want to give you 246 and 248, so you'll be going back twice.
Yeah, that's a useless ass trade. No, what do you want to do that for? Red Murdoch. Did we get a linebacker? Yeah, we did. Kyle Lewis. That's not a bad look. Who else we got?
Oh, it's a tight end.
Okay. Nowakowski, Nomad Thoughts, and Seydou Traore. Those would be the two that jump
out. What kind of tight end are you looking for?
Good point. To consider a replacement for Smythe.
So you need an inline tight end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's several guys. Nowakowski can play that role. Let me go here. Villari is another guy that can play that role. Go down a little bit more, Triple R. Slow down. RJ Maryland is kind of a move tight end, but can also play inside, but very, very talented. RJ Maryland is very talented.
You said, who's that? Ryan?
Carson Ryan. Carson Ryan.
Carson Ryan. Yeah, this guy from BYU. 6'4", 250 from Utah. He is there. Now, you want him?
No,
you can get him next. I mean, you got 2 picks. This Ryan, he's gonna be there for you. He's ranked way down there. So do you want to get him now, or is there somebody up higher that you want?
He just wants to look at him and see if a tight end is worth a pick right now. He wants to get him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What is that? Carson Ryan? Where did he go? Tight end. I'm still on tight end, so that might help.
There he is.
Yep. There you go. Now you're back on the clock.
Oh, how do we miss out on Pat Coogan? That was kind of we slept on that.
Yeah, by one. Missed it by that much.
That much. Yeah, we probably should have taken Pat Coogan there.
Yeah, what else? All right, so you're back at all top of the board. Jamarion Miller.
Let's look at centers.
Oh, now you want to look at center.
You know what I mean? There's Josh Kreutz there. All right. I guess Pat Coogan must have fell quite a bit. He wants to see linebackers. Red Murdoch would be the first name to jump out. What else we got at linebacker? Justin Jefferson would be another one. Scrolls. Bears GM Cornelius Squalls has been fired, per Adam Schefter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's official until Sham says it.
No, we gotta wait.
Hey, Cornelius, what kind of linebacker you looking for? A middle? You looking for off ball?
Yeah, he got a safety.
What kind of linebacker you looking for? Wheel, middle?
He got a linebacker as well.
He wanted to look at linebacker. Yeah.
Well, you already got Kyle.
He wants Jaden Duggar.
He wants to look at him.
No, he's calling for Jaden Duggar.
All right, so you already got Kyle Lewis. Is he different than Jaden Duggar? You say linebacker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Duggar.
There he is, right there, 316.
So he's different than the other linebacker you took there, right?
6'5".
Is that who you want, or is that who you looking at?
That's what he's calling for.
He didn't say draft him. He just said he look okay. He says
yeah.
He's solid.
All right, there you go.
There it is. There it is.
I don't have any problems with this draft either. I would have made a couple of different selections towards the very end of this draft, but I like this draft.
Let's put it in big screen. There we go.
Got a B plus.
See,
it's pretty good.
See, they don't mind this draft either. So let's run it down the line. 2026 Chicago Bears draft, courtesy of number 2 No Maniac Cornelius Squalls. At selection number 25, edge rusher Miami Akeem Mesidor. At selection number 57, Chicago Bears pick AJ Halsey, safety LSU. Running back from Arkansas, Mike Washington Jr. joins the team at selection number 60. Moving on after a couple of trades, the Chicago Bears pick Caleb Proctor, defensive tackle, Louisiana. A+ for this. Look at this selection here. So Kyle Lewis at 129, linebacker, Pittsburgh. Selection 163, DeMonte Capehart, defensive tackle, Clemson. 239, Carson Ryan, tight end. 241, Jaden Duggar, linebacker, Louisiana. They like that. Very cool. And you also scored yourself a 2027 fifth rounder from Carolina here in the mix. Not bad.
You know what I like? If you can scroll back to the top trip. When it came to the first, second, and third pick, he knew exactly what he wanted. He knew that pick right up under them was that the traits that were coming in for that pick at 25, they wanted to take Akeem Mesidor away from you.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to have it. He knew that was the best player on the board. And he knew that's what we needed. And so AJ Halsey, man, the physical presence that guy brings to a safety room, man, it's kind of unmatched in this draft. There's another guy out of Cincinnati that's physical like that too, but he's like physical on bordering on getting some charges pressed on him, man. He'll get kicked out of a game kind of physical, but AJ Halsey is a different level of physicality. It's like an extra linebacker that can run. But, man, this is a good draft, man. I love the Mike Washington pick. That was aggressive, but I like it. I like it. That was conviction right there, Cornelius. You like what you saw on tape, and you think this guy is a bell cow for the next 5 to 7 years, and that's why you do a pick like that at 60. But really good draft, Caleb Proctor. I think the world of Kyle Lewis. Y'all know how I feel. That's going to be pretty much my favorite linebacker in the draft. But, man, this is some good stuff here, man.
Yeah, that leaves room for, was that 12 UDFAs?
Yeah. And Skulls is saying how many day one starters, and let's look at it that way. So Akeem starts day one. He can alternate at the edge and at the 3-tech position. Mike Washington, I don't know if I can say he's a starter. He might be a little bit further back because of the running back rotation. Depends how he does in training camp. Maybe he takes the job away from DeAndre Swift. Who's to say? AJ Halsey, yeah, starter. So those two guys in your first 2 picks are on the field doing the darn thing right away. Caleb Proctor, I think he's also a starter. I think he wins some level of that job coming in early. Definitely a part of that overall DT rotation. Kyle Lewis, sort of same answer. I think he definitely becomes part of that linebacker rotation as well. I'm not sure if he starts at linebacker though. The Jaden Duggar selection is an interesting one too. I think there's a lot more competition in the linebacker room, even though that's a super late selection. And DeMonte Capehart again, just a little bit more love at the defensive tackle position. So I don't know if that's a true starter, but again, more competition in that room with Neville Gallimore, Javon Dexter, etc. I think we need a lot more competition there so that we can actually, have a bit more powerful interior pass rush, as well as run stuffing capabilities. and all that sort of behind Grady Jarrett and his leadership there, I think will probably go a long way.
Well, it looks like definitely this draft, you're going to be leaning on UDFAs for cornerback, center, and anybody else you want to be bringing in.
That might be the reason why you got the B+ instead of an A.
Or a B-.
But that's this is just AI grading what they know in the artificial intelligence world. This is his prerogative here, man.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I appreciate it, man. I love the interaction. I love the players, and this whole little season of studying these guys is about to be over, and we're about to get these players, and we're gonna start talking about how they fit into what the Bears do. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun because it's definitely gonna be some things that happen that we ain't gonna see coming. But we trying to check as many boxes as we can, man. Good job, Cornelius. And we about to go crazy on Wednesday on Bears coverage, man. We're gonna go absolutely nuts. We're gonna start off the show real fast with the Bears coverage. We're gonna turn extra sauce into Bears Central, and we're gonna have fun with that show that night.
Right on. Scrolls, I hear you, but here's the thing about that DT position, and it's something I would have agreed with you on a bit earlier into this offseason. But I don't really think that Grady Jarrett and I think there's going to be some attrition, some major attrition in that DT room with Grady and Dale, potentially also Jervon. I think we need fresh new blood in there to create some competition, also to grow and learn from those guys to potentially take over in that room, because I don't see them. Grady's getting he's an older gentleman. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Odds are they're going to want to move away from him and that hefty contract sooner than later. I'm going to echo that exact same sentiment for Deo Odangbo unless he really shows out this year. And for all intents and purposes, maybe he does. But you got to infuse some youth in that room to see what you can do to shake things up and potentially save yourself a bunch of cash in the years to come.
What's more interesting than anything that happened tonight is wondering who they see as the best players available. That's the question. Like, man, if I could put a drone outside the window of Hallis Hall, I would, just to go see what the hell they looking at on that board. Not to say that they would even have their blinds or windows even open.
Them blinds are closed, bro.
And I just want to see.
Dark in that room.
I do feel like we get really, really close to the source on this channel. I do think that, man. I think we get really close to the source, and we don't get caught up in, who's talking about what, where in any other podcast. We actually stay right there where we need to be and have reasoning for being where we are and explaining it, talking about just picking up the breadcrumbs from what the Bears are saying. And for me, it takes me a long way in my study, for sure. And I keep hearing we're going to draft the best player available. And in the Bears fan base, it's still that we got to have an edge rusher mindset. We need an edge rusher. But what if the edge rusher ain't the best player available to them? Can we accept that? That's where the fan base is at right now.
Well, and I'm totally with you. I don't think the fan base has got any choice, right? You just got to accept it. You got to do what you get. They're going to make their selection no matter what they're, what we say or think, and it's going to be whatever they decide it's going to be, right? And to that degree, fan base kind of has to just shut up and take it. Again, I think the vast majority of us would lean towards that edge rusher. If they don't go with the edge rusher, again, I'm kind of fine with it. I've seen some edge rushers a little bit later in this draft that would fit the bill, in my opinion. So maybe you don't get the guy at the top. Maybe you get the safety. Maybe you get a wide receiver, which nobody's done because I think that's crazy. But again, I won't be mad at them if they go and do it because maybe they've seen something that we haven't seen. And that's where I just sort of, I put my hands up, give them carte blanche to do whatever they want to do, and I'll be fine accepting it, unless again there's a 4th-round kicker. I may lose my shit.
Hey, you know what? The football savant in me has a certain mindset, and that is, I'm glad that we have the kind of front office that we have, and they're not doing things to, kind of moisturize the fans to make them feel good. I'm glad we don't have that kind of front office because that's never good. It's never good to be doing what fans want you to do. You do what's best for the people that you have inside that building and the players that you think is going to make you better. I'm on that side of things. Not to say that I'm against the fan base. I'm just not one for trying to massage what the fans want. Do what's best to get us W's. That's all I care about. Get us dubs. And if you think this player is the best player on the board, if you think this player at any particular time is going to help your team, do it. Do it. Because I know it's the best thing to do because you get to see intimate details about where you think this team can get better. Versus us on the outside that don't get to know these players, don't get to see how they move in and around that building and off season. They know what they got. They know what they don't got. All we get to see is games and a few practices here and there. That's it. So I'm one of those people that's humble enough to know that these people know a whole lot more than we do. And that's just where my mind is, man. I'm just ready to see what they decide. And we've done our best over here to try to bring it to you the best way we can.
See, and there's been regimes where everything he just said I'd be in complete opposition to, right? Like full regimes of coaching staff, scouts, etc. That I'm like, these guys clearly have no effing clue what they're doing. This time around, though, they made some selections this previous year that I think all of us and the vast majority of Bears fans might have been like, huh, like what why did you do this, that, and the third? I think they all kind of landed and worked out with a slight exception of Shamar Turner. Oh yeah, there's another DT, so maybe we don't need to double and triple down on DT. You know what I'm saying? So I think Shamar Turner has a great season this year once given the opportunity. That being said, yeah, those other regimes just didn't have it. This regime has it. And to that respect, I'm gonna put my hands up and say, more power to you, Ben Johnson. More power to you, DA. More power to you, Ryan Poles. Get this ship floating right, y'all.
All right, man. I tell you what, man. I don't have to wait long now, and all the work is about to hit its climax, and we're gonna get to the nitty gritty when the Bears go to the podium and start selecting guys, and that's gonna be fun. And about to have a good time with it. But let's give some closing thoughts before we get ready to get up out of here because Wednesday is going to be a thing, 8 p.m. Central on the Nomad Network. We're going to have a whole lot of fun with that show, just talking about Bears. We're going to do several mock drafts. We'll get people involved. It's going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a great time to be a Bears fan because the end of what Kids was talking about is very important. It's about history and who was what during what particular time. There's some accuracy to what he said about there was reason to not trust certain regimes that were a part of this Bears decision-making group. They gave you reason. But I don't feel that way about this group of personnel. I don't. I feel like they know what they're doing intimately. And I'm one of those people as a fan that can humble myself and just allow them to do what they do and be less than argumentative about it or judgmental about it and see how it plays out. That's just me. But let's give some closing thoughts before we get up out of here, man.
All right, right on. Thank you all for joining us for another Nomad at Night. Kenny Powers, La Flama Blanca. Yes, indeed, we're doing a draft watch party. We'll be here Thursday and Friday and Saturday doing the thing. Right, brothers, you catch us right here on Keza Canuck, right here on the Nomad Network, and right here on Sports Chicago Style. All 3 channels rolling out as one. We will be the triple stream dream once again, and maybe we'll have a couple special guests as we go. So we'll do the darn thing here for you guys all the way through, and get a good understanding as to what we are seeing with respect to this Bears draft. And I couldn't agree more with Nomad at this time around. Again, I think this regime is one we can actually trust. Those past regimes are they were not great, but here we are. It's a different world, different time, different Bears. Happy 420 to all y'all.
If you celebrate,
you celebrate, RIP to I believe, what's his name?
Fucking 420. I missed it.
So I missed it as well, unfortunately.
Busy, man. I've been busy. Oh god damn, I can't believe it. That's like my religion.
That's a good thing for me to miss nowadays, considering it all. But to those of you who partake with pride. Dave McGinnis passed away, old Bears coach. Big love to him and his family. RIP. Anything else? Oh, shout outs to BT9 for the super chat. Big ups to the Scrolls, Corny Squalls for his draft and supporting the channel as per normal. Shout outs to the Nodge, Crimson, La Flama Blanca. Love that name, man. I love that's one of my favorite. I love that show. It's a great show. Eastbound and Down, watch it. It's worth your time. White G. Who else is out there, man? Oh, Slim Bo Boogie, man. You were all over the chat. Slim Bo Boogie likes him some Cassius. Anyways, we'll see if Cassius winds up on the team. He's not a bad selection. Shout out to FFG. Anyone else I'm missing here? Patrick Higgins, Joseph Archer, Paul Rodriguez, and the True Pilgrim, man. Big ups to all you guys. Thanks again for coming through. We'll be with you on Wednesday doing some Bear stuff and then even more Bear stuff throughout the remainder of the week for the draft. Be there, or be square. Trip?
Yeah. Thanks to everybody for tuning in on the Sunday night. And it's all about, Wednesday and beyond for this week as we've been, building up and prepared for it ever since the season ended. How will Ryan Poles and staff improve this team? All the draft nicks have done all the tape studying and ripping, and you got your top picks at position groups. You got top 100s and all this fun stuff. You got your favorites. You got your dislikes even. Whatever the case may be, the answers to all of the questions will start being unlocked Thursday night. So we do look forward to seeing you then, but we look forward to seeing you Wednesday first for some extra sauce, 8 p.m. Central.
Amen to that. Again, 8 p.m. Central. Be there. It's gonna be a good time. We'll see how this thing is gonna shake out a night before the draft. We're gonna go through one last time. We're gonna let people have a whole lot of goddamn on fun selecting, and who knows what's gonna happen between now and Wednesday. We had a big shakeup pre-draft with Dexter Lawrence going to the Bengals. That might trigger some things, in the NFL market on who. Okay, they got Dexter Lawrence off of us. Okay, what do we do next? There could be a domino effect to that, but let's see. Let's see. By the time Wednesday gets here, man, we're gonna still be talking about what the Bears are gonna do and all that kind of conversation. It's gonna be fun, but I don't want to stay here long and overstay my welcome. Y'all make sure y'all hit the freebies on all 3 channels. That's the like, subscribe, and the share button. Cost you nothing to touch either one of those 3 things on either channel, whether it be Kids of Canuck, whether it be Sports Chicago style, whether it's over here on the Nomad Network. And show the love, because we love y'all. We love y'all all the time, and it's an absolutely free thing to do, that you show the love back, tells the algorithm what it needs to know, and we're popular. And so I just want to leave you guys with these famous words: love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.